Oh.
Yeah, see, it would have been the 2 tusks and the big, the snout for the.
I think it would have worked.
It would have worked. It would have been.
By the way, for us, we're gonna go Daniel Scott.
One is never easy, but staying on top is just as hard. Winning becomes more than a goal. It becomes an expectation. Practices get longer, training more intense. Every game needs to be your best, because that's what you're gonna get. So, is it all worth it? Paddle Tech. Let's go again.
Well, welcome to the gold medal finale match at Wednesday Night Pickleball here at the ranch. I'm Edward Hector, and I am joined here tonight by a fellow general manager, the one, the only Lucas Crippen of the Burien Bruisers. And so, come on, show it off.
Oh yeah.
Start it off.
Got the gloves. Not on right now. But I'm gonna leave them right here for everybody to see.
So we are really excited about tonight's matches. what the neat thing for us tonight is we get to spend the night in the broadcast booth, and what's different for you guys as viewers tonight is we're going to feature just the gold medal match on camera tonight. So you're going to see 4 straight games from the same team's heads up, and our 2 squads are going to battle it out for bronze over on the second court without the benefit of their GMs.
They are, and they're okay with it. I've already talked to them, and they said, "You know what? Get out of here." Told me, get out of here.
I kind of got the same answer.
Yeah,
it's
right?
like,
yeah, I felt that too, but it's okay. It's okay. They're going to do great over there. I think it's going to be a good match on the other end too.
we want to do a shout out at the very top here to the Winnie family for donating and providing this incredible venue for everybody who's getting a chance to see this on camera but who haven't been here. There are some amazing features about this place. There is a water feature that, we hear the rumble of the water down the little waterfall off in the distance. We got the sunken fire pit. We got the bar over here to our left. What else about this place? The horses, the garden?
I think it's just a vibe too.
Yeah.
Since its start, when back a few years ago, when it was just a single court over here where the garden is now, and now it's what it is and what you're seeing today on camera. It's grown a lot. The evolution of the ranch is amazing, to be honest.
So you've played many of the tournaments here, right? You played the romp. And
I have. I've played one. I've played one, and it was a great environment. And the fact that you can do that at your house. That's saying something. That's I think that's goals in the pickleball world.
Yeah.
To host a pickleball tournament at your house. So yeah, shout out to the Winnies and all their hard work that they have done for sure. Another shout out too to Tyler Freed, who actually will be playing tonight.
The commissioner of the league has stepped in, bringing his 5.28 duper rating and all of his in fact, I was doing some research. I actually think he's been playing pickleball longer than any player in the league.
Really?
He actually got his start playing pickleball not even in this century. So it was 1999 that he got started. So Tyler is filling in tonight because Joden Terry's not available for the Gladiators. So we're going to see the commissioner here on the championship court on camera tonight.
It's going to be awesome. I love it.
Let's also give a shout out to our sponsor, our title sponsor for this year's event, Paddle Tech. They've had a fantastic month or so with the release of the new Ice Carbon series of Tempest paddles. They've been an incredible supporter of our event here. The groundskeeper plays with a Tempest. The head teaching pro, Peter, he plays with a Tempest. I'm playing with a Tempest these days. It's a pretty darn good paddle. I'm having a lot of fun. So
they've been around for a long time. They're an OG in the sport for all the paddles that are coming in right now.
Yeah, total OG. And the fact that they're paying attention to high-level backyard pickleball is just, that's who they are. So thank you guys at Paddle Tech. We
appreciate it too. Agreed.
So let's talk a little bit about matchups tonight.
Let's do it.
We've got, we're going to focus primarily on the gold medal match. Our 2 squads, we love them. I'm just going to say thank you, Mammoths. You've made it a wonderful summer for me as a general manager. You got anything to say to your guys and gals?
I think that not only did they put me through a lot of anxiety, I am actually on pills now. Thanks to them, I had to go to the doctor recently. But I know my team did a great job. The fact that we got in there with an injury to Tyler Stotts, one of my big picks that came up, Mr. Randy Anderson stepped in and did a great job. And we were the overtime team. That's why they gave me anxiety. Every game was an overtime thriller. So, and we were able to go 3-1 and get into the playoffs. So I'm very proud of them. And I think it's going to be great to watch our teams do our thing. Let's do a toast.
Cheers to 3-1 and making it to the playoffs.
Making it to the playoffs for the first one, right? Yep. I cheers that. If you're winning, it's Don Julio.
It's Don Julio. We a little small bottle of 1942.
Probably going to be gone by the end of the night.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes. Might be.
It might. We're also going to make some margaritas afterwards for the players.
Oh boy, I love that.
Okay. We got a different bottle for that one.
Is Tony Thompson in the house then?
I don't know. Okay, Tony, if you're not, get in the car, come on down.
Makes an excellent margarita. Let me tell you.
I got some blackberry margarita mix coming for us.
Love it.
So the gold medal matchup tonight is going to be the Seattle Stomp, who took care of us. Oh my gosh, the official sponsor. Thank you very much. The groundskeeper just, Fat Tire has been the beer of choice. It is our official alcohol sponsor. So we're going to place that in front of the Don Julio bottle.
I'll probably drink that too.
Yeah, it'll get
in honor
consumed.
of the Fat Tire.
Yeah,
yes,
so thank you, Fat Tire. You'll notice on the back of the shirts, Actually down low on everybody's fat tire. There is a fat tire logo on the uniforms out
As
there.
Lil Jon would say, get low.
Get-
Yep.
So the matchups tonight, Seattle versus Gig Harbor. The order for tonight's play is we're going to be going, the first game will be mixed, the second game will be mixed. We'll be playing the men's in the third game, and the final game of the night will be the women's matchups. And then if we need to, we'll go to the tiebreaker. And
I don't know about you. I'm feeling a tiebreaker coming tonight. I really am. If I was a betting man, I think that this might go 2-2.
So
with the last game being the one that I think the Stomp will pull off to get to the tiebreaker. That's what I think. That's what I think, Edward.
So we got Colby and Andrea going against Noah and Ashley coming right out of the gate. Do you have a pick for that one?
That one right there is already. They're coming off with a bang, in my opinion, with that game. That is probably going to be the one to watch off the bat. The men's and the women's are always great. That mixed game with Tyler, Heather, and Devin and Jessica, but those are the 4 players right there for both teams, I think, that are holding them together and the glue. So I think that first mixed doubles will definitely dictate how the whole match
How
is
the
going to
night
go,
goes,
in
yeah.
my opinion. Yeah, the worst thing you can do is go down 0-2, right? So, and in my opinion, as I've found in this league, being in overtime, you got to split. You kind of got to split it up in twos, and you got to split this one at least, right? And if you go down 0-1, it's just there's a lot of pressure. It gets there quick.
It's
so.
a deep hole to get out of at 0-2. Making the turn at 1-1 is a really big advantage.
Agreed.
So is there a player tonight that you really think that we should be keeping an eye on, that you think is really the X factor for Seattle or for Gig Harbor?
So I think for Gig Harbor, Noah is the foundation of the team. He's probably one of the best players right now, in my opinion, in the area in Washington, and he's been traveling, playing tournaments, doing great. So if Noah can dictate the first match, right, I think that he can bring that energy for his team. And then as far as the other side, I think it's going to be Andrea, and the reason being, Andrea wasn't there last time, right? They were missing one of their big pieces that they drafted first round. The Seattle Stomp did second pick. They had the second pick. They picked her, right? That's a big deal, right? And so when your big pick's not there, that's a big deal.
In the third week of the season, or the third games, the Stomp lost to Gig Harbor, but Andrea wasn't playing that night.
Yep.
So this is the only loss that Gig Harbor's taken. You know, the Gladiators have come through undefeated, making it into the finals. But I think the Stomp are looking forward to some redemption with Andrea back in the lineup.
I agree. So I think those are the 2 key players on both ends for sure. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about those 2 a bit more. So Noah is 27 years old. He's from Bellevue. He was born here in the Puget Sound area. He has a very high duper rating of 5.79.
That's a very good rating.
And
yes.
so one of the very best players here in the Puget Sound. When I think about being on the court against him, I am thinking backhand.
That is the key word. That is the word. Backhand.
Yeah, and he creates all of his offense out of the backhand. And so keeping that ball off that backhand and not letting him set up the point construction the way he likes to do it that's going to be critical.
I agree.
He's going to be lined up, though, across the court from Andrea, right?
Yep.
So we're going to see them heads up, which is another interesting. What would you, if you had one thing to talk about Andrea, what should we be looking for with her tonight?
I got 2 big ones. One, she's going to need to mix up her dinks. You cannot get into a pattern with Noah. Like, for example, for me, when I started playing with Noah, he was first on one shot at the time, right? Noah didn't have the most, offense at the time, right? Now, with that backhand, he can go from dinking to holding to offense out of nowhere. And that is what makes Noah so dangerous now in his game. And so when you have someone like that, you have to do what I call dinking with a purpose, and you got to hit feet. Right? You can't get into that limbo where you're just going back and forth with him, because you know what Noah's going to do? He's going to get comfortable. And when someone gets comfortable, especially a good player, they're going to eat you up, right? So Andrea needs to not only mix up her dinks, but she needs to be aggressive, right? And so if she can dictate that and be aggressive, I feel like she'll have a good chance with Noah, honestly. Andrea has a really good backhand. A very, very strong backhand, one of the strongest backhands on the women's side, I think, in our area too. So that's going to be the key, mixing up those dinks and just taking it to them.
So
right?
do you think that it's likely that we're going to see a reverse of the stack with Colby and Andrea, that they might not want her playing heads up against Noah?
Possibly. I think that they might do the dinking with him and keep Colby right in front of Noah, so that Noah or Colby knows where Noah is, right? And that's not the traditional mixed, right? Not traditional. Mixed is the complete opposite of that, right? But I think that because Andrea is so strong on that backhand side, she can be there. Yeah. So, and that's a strength, and that's the strength that they didn't have in week 3.
So the phrase that I had written down for Andrea tonight going into this was offensive firepower. She has got the ability to rip that backhand and really attack with it. But the one thing that I've seen just over the course of the summer here is the evolution of her forehand game. And she's now playing that open-handed dink and drop with much more purpose, much more control. And she can kind of flick out of it and occasionally open it up and rip off of it. She's starting to develop a lot more off that forehand.
Agreed. Yep.
So the other matchups, let's talk a little bit about the other mixed matchup that we're going to have second. We may not get a time to really dive into that before the broadcast goes. So Devin and Jessica for Seattle against Gig Harbor's Tyler and Heather.
Well, Tyler hasn't played with Gig Harbor, right? So it's going to be a little bit different for Gig Harbor not to have someone that hasn't played with them at all.
Yep.
So that's going to be, I think, a key factor into this match. But the key for the Stomp, for example, is Jessica. Jessica needs to be that rock that she was when she played against us. Jessica played out of her mind. Played out of her mind when she played against us. And, I hate to say it, we targeted her, right? But we did the wrong thing at that point because she played so well, right? And so Jessica being strong and Devin controlling that middle. Devin is a forehand heavy player. I played with him a very long time. If you give Devin the forehand, it's over, right? So the key for the Gig Harbor Gladiators is to target his backhand.
How many Berts do you think we're going to see tonight out of Devin?
Oh, a Bert. Oh, he might get a couple. Maybe
With
one.
Jessica as a partner?
Maybe one. Maybe 2. I think though I would go on 1.
Okay.
Right? That forehand middle though, I don't think Jessica's going to get a ball there. So I would bet a lot of money that Jessica's not going to get a ball there. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So on the other side, we got Tyler and Heather, and it's interesting because I think of Heather in the same mold a player as Jessica in some regards, right? Everything comes back, incredible defensive player, very much can set a corner and close a corner down and set up for her partner. So playing with Tyler, I mean, Tyler's a strong player. When Tyler stepped in as a replacement, this guy is no slouch. I mean,
no, not at all.
5.28 duper. This is a guy who's been playing pickleball for 20 plus years. He knows how to handle himself out on that court.
I agree. And you know what you're going to get with Tyler? You don't know what you're going to get with Tyler. Tyler's just like a Nick Fenton, right? Nick Partyboy Fenton. Shout out to my boy over there. He is just like him in a way that you just don't know what Tyler's going to do. Tyler might sit there and hold, lob. Tyler might sit there, attack you right in front of you, attack the middle. You just don't know. Whenever I play with Tyler, I have no clue what the guy's going to do. So that is a good thing. If you're hitting your shots, it's very effective to be a very unpredictable player. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be a lot of fun for us. We've been through this season together as GMs.
100%.
We got to spend a wonderful time at the Combine, draft day, and to see some of the players who have evolved over the course of the season, how they've taken it seriously. Some of the newer players in particular that have just had great years. Andrea comes to mind. Renata Baker comes to mind in terms of her evolution as a player. And
she's getting a lot better very quickly.
And so, and it's interesting. Both of them come out of very high-level racket sports.
Yep.
Andrea played college tennis, and Renata was on the U.S. junior national team for badminton. And so these really great racket sports, high-level racket sports athletes are coming into pickleball, and they're figuring a way to adapt their skills to a 44 by 20 court with a wiffle ball, and they're fun to watch.
I agree. I think it's what's awesome is being someone who's been in the sport a little bit of time now, is seeing all the new players come in. And I think this league has been awesome to showcase that, you know what I mean? And even then, there's a lot of players out there still that are growing that I've seen, going out and playing little open plays every once in a while. And it's just awesome to see the sport growing like it is, especially in Washington, where it all started. Now, do you consider yourself OG? So you learn at the feet of some OG, right? Brian Ashworth, Peter Hudako. Yeah. The only reason I feel like I'm an OG at this point, and it has nothing to do with my play or me, how long I've been playing, has to do with the fact that I started on a gym surface with a jugs ball. I feel like a lot of people can't say that nowadays.
A jugs ball, right?
I will say jugs. I still play with that at work sometimes, and I will say that I think that's the only reason I'll give myself the OG title. That's it. That's the only I played with the Jux when I started. Right, I played on gym surfaces for like the first 3 years I played pickleball.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a very hard transition to the Dura.
Playing with a cold Dura at night in the middle of the winter at pickleball station, right?
Oh my God, I was out there just not knowing what I was doing.
And when you get tagged, it hurts.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? Is this a rock? What is this thing, you know? Yeah, it was just way different.
That was back in the day. We would have some interesting visitors come through station. You might show up and you might have Adam Stone in the building or Kyle Yates or we had that summer where Ben and Kyle were working there and
Tyson would come.
You
just never know what you were going to get out
there.
Yeah. It definitely was a very interesting place to be at. Yeah. Good memories there for sure.
So a lot of the lineage, let's do a shout out to, there's so many players who really are coming out. If you trace back the lineage, Chris Miller is sort of at the top of that pyramid, right? I mean, you look at, if you trace the number of players who sort of played under his encouragement and, you know, you're like a second generation Chris Miller.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I feel like, and then once, Chris is never going to stop playing. He's only got 500 different paddles he plays with, so shout out to Mills there.
All right, we are game on 0-0. We've got the Gladiators on the far side of the court, and we've got the Stomp on the near side in the dark jerseys. And we saw Andrea go hard with that two-handed backhand right out of the gate. And hit it long.
And it was a long, right?
And it was long, yep. So a little nerves, I'm sure, for everybody.
Oh, it's going to be a second to settle in for sure.
Yeah.
That's why we got two halves.
Ashley setting up and being the wall as she is apt to be. Nice job getting that reset back and forcing an unforced error by Colby.
And that's the thing you're going to get with Ashley is a wall, an absolute wall. She might be small. She might be, not the biggest person out there on the court right now, but she is a wall. And she can generate power out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
And playing with a player as mobile as Noah, wow, look at that rope.
Yeah, and that is what you're going to get from Ashley, or from Andrea. So 100% all day.
Yeah, that top spun backhand was just, it dipped over the net and gave her a nice setup.
And a guy like Colby can 100% turn that into something. Good their shot there. I think a term that I actually created recently is pacement.
Pacement?
Yeah, it's not, you got to have placement and you have to have pace.
I'm going to put that in the vault. That's going to get
I
used.
accidentally kind of created it one day, and I was very happy about it. So I accidentally said it, but I meant it. That's the funny part of it. What a great hit.
Nice digs.
Resets.
Oh, there we go. So there's
that backhand that I was talking about.
Two-handed backhand.
Right?
He just runs that seam.
He just sits there on it. And that hold that he's doing is all you need.
Yep. So we are serving 2-1 first serve.
No switch. Interesting. Here's what we were talking about.
Yep. Let Andrea go heads up against Ashley. Oh, here we go. This is the backhand against backhand. Oh!
What a shot. Once again, he just holds it, right?
Yeah.
He's just sitting there and he holds on it.
Great around the post. Colby did a pretty good job. Almost defended it.
Almost had it. 3-1, 31, Cam Chancellor. Shout out to my beautiful wife walking by right now. I played for the Cheney Chupacabras.
Played lights out at the PPA Seattle event this year, too.
That was really fun. That was a really good time.
She played so well.
3-1-2. A little ambitious, I think, on that end there, but I like it still.
Noah hitting that rolled two-handed drop. That's a pretty shot.
That's that pacement I was talking about. That's what I like to see. And one thing that I'm not a huge fan of, that it obviously worked right now, but I feel like a lot of players would tell you this, really high-level players, is attacking to the angle.
Cross court.
It should be in front, right? And the reason being is, what do we have? We have 7 feet and 7 feet right
Yeah.
in front of us. That extra little bit of angle just gives people time to make something happen and reset the ball, basically, right?
And you can't hit the ball super hard because you've got an extra defender, which is the sideline.
Exactly.
So, you take pace off to keep it in, and you lengthen the amount
Good
of
eye.
court. So we are now tied 3-3.
I think it is 3-3. Yeah, it's gonna be a close one. I'm telling you, Edward, it's gonna be a close one. Everybody's gonna settle in, and I think these rallies are gonna be really long. As I would say, not even close. But it was close. That's what you say to a good friend.
That's right.
Not even close.
Not
Got to get in their head a little bit every once in a while. Ball on the court. Watch your feet. Really good third.
That is such a great third. Oh my gosh,
When you
Ashley put some pressure on there.
She did. One thing I want to say about that point that I really liked that Andrea did, even though they lost it, is I wanted people to realize how patient she was.
Yeah.
She knew that she was in a bad position, and so she just waited. And she let them attack her, reset the ball, and she was able to get back to the net. Fortunately, Colby hit it into the net.
Great step by Noah.
And that right there is what I was saying. If he asserts himself like that, it's going to be a long night for the Stomp on this
Yep.
end.
Nice to see him stepping in with that forehand like that and being aggressive. Oh, and a little,
Little
pixie
net love
yeah, a little pixie
always
dust
helps.
on that Dura. Nicely done. So Ashley serving 3-5, second serve. Nice drop.
And one thing I would like to see is two things. I would like to see Andrea try to mix it up a little bit more, just like I was saying, right? She's,
Yep.
she's letting Noah just get a little too comfortable, I think, on that backhand side.
Yep.
And I would like to see Colby just put a little bit more pressure, right? Not saying he needs to go all the way over, but just another half a foot over would be a lot. And makes
Just pinch-
a huge difference. It
Just
really
pinch
does.
that
Just-
middle a little bit more and absolutely narrow how much Andrea's got to take.
Exactly.
Yep.
And a good call there by Mr. Colby Bishop. Rocking that pink hat like always. Love it.
4-5-1. We've got a little wind playing today, so it looks like the wind is coming into the face of the Stomp in the dark blue jerseys. So they're playing a little bit into the wind right now.
Okay. And I'll say one thing about Ashley. She can ding.
She can ding.
She can sit there and ding with you for a long minute. Let me tell you. God, getting the game playing with her and my mother-in-law, Takako Taranjo, play for my Iberian Bruisers on the other side. Yeah, that's just a lot of dinking. So, I love dinking, by the way. That is my thing, but man, it'd be a lot.
Takako with one of the best lobs in all of pickleball. I think.
100%. 100%. It's kind of annoying sometimes, actually. I think the lob's starting to be a bigger thing.
Wow. so
Great
th-
sportsmanship there from Noah. I appreciate that. Thought he saw the ball.
so now we are at
Nice sportsmanship there from Noah. I can appreciate that.
5-4 second serve. Noah that's
He
classic.
saw the ball. He thought he did. It wasn't even close, and he said, "My bad." So,
Yeah.
And look at that. Get a little good karma.
Yeah.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4", like they say at Easy E. You know what I mean? You know my name used to be Easy C. You remember those days?
Yes, I do.
Oh man, those days.
Hey, so what's your vertical leap?
My vertical leap.
Yeah, because
You
I
know,
remember.
I have no clue, to be honest with you.
I remember the first time playing with you at station, and you went up to get a lob, and you leapt up in the air, and I swear to God, I saw the soles of your shoes. And I figured between the two of us, we probably had about a 42-inch vertical leap, and I have 2, so I was guessing 40 for you.
Yeah, I've never actually tried. I can tell you I can dunk if I wanted to, but I don't know what it is, actually. I've never actually tried. Maybe I should try out for an NFL Combine or something. I don't know. Just specifically to find out what my vertical leap is. That's it.
So next year's Wednesday night pickleball combine, we need to add
a vertical leap.
A vertical leap, yeah.
We're gonna sit there, and I'm gonna be the one with the ball. Ready? Lob, and yeah. I definitely was jumping a lot at the PPA Seattle.
Yes, you and Zach were having a lot of fun.
We were having a lot of lobbers. Yeah. All day though, even after Zach, it was just in general. For some reason everybody wanted to lob me. So.
Great point. We are seeing pretty much what we game planned out here.
This is what I was thinking. This is what I was expecting. Yep.
7-4. Ball on. We're going to replay this point. Seven, 4-2, and I think we just had a 30-second warning.
Do we have a 30-second warning?
I think that's what I heard.
Oh, time flies by when you're having fun, right?
Yep, and that would looks right according to my watch. And it looks like the Stomp is going to end up with a side out here right at the end of the halftime.
Maybe he tried to knock some sense there into Andrea.
Oh, Andrea
accidentally hit her with a ball.
She decides to speed up the serve and get one more opportunity to score before the half.
So one thing I would really also want to see is, you don't see this very often, is, that's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Oh boy, look at that.
Point, right when Ashley stepped back, that point was not gonna go very well for them.
And that's it. We are at halftime.
Should be 5-7 on the 2.
5-7 first serve, I think.
First serve, too.
Yeah.
5-7-1. So this is going to be interesting going in. It's about what we should be. 5-7-1.
Yeah. We got a little bit of a side serve. So to catch you up on the bronze medal match that we have running over on the other court, which I think it got started maybe a little bit late. Looks like we had Monica and super sub Brian Gelston playing for the Mammoths. They're down 5-15 against your Bruisers.
My Bruisers doing good over there.
All right, well,
yeah.
On that note, cheers.
I wasn't going to say anything, but since you brought it up.
Well, we got to give the fans.
I'm not good at math either, but I'm pretty sure it's triple your score. 5 times 3. Yeah, it's 15. Yeah,
yes.
That's about it.
That is.
I'm a firefighter, man. I'm not the smartest. But I do know that. I can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. That's it.
Can you get past 20? That's what I really want to know.
No, 15 is all I got.
All right.
Yeah, never mind. Cheers to that. It's going to be a long night.
So we have, there's a couple of folks that I want to do shout outs for here.
Ooh, I love that. Okay.
These players that are playing here on camera tonight for the gold medal match. Noah, he wanted to do a shout out to his mom and dad, Mindy and David, of course his significant other, his main squeeze Paige, and Joey the dog. I'm not sure I've done a shout out for the dog before, but gotta love.
He got that dog in him.
He got the dog.
Apparently. Yeah. Joey the dog. Okay, no, I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
Ashley Koo, who's on the court, wanted a shout out to daughter Izzy, who might be watching from school.
She definitely has.
And GM Mike Givens, who I think is overseas today.
We don't need to shout him out.
No, we don't.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know about shouting him out.
5 seconds.
He's okay.
Yeah.
His wife is definitely the when that whole, what do they call it? You have your better half, right? Is that the term?
Yeah.
That really hits home for the Givens.
Yeah, yes, it certainly does.
No, I love Mike. I'm just kidding. Mike's a good dude, and he drafted a really amazing team.
He did. He was the most anal retentive of all the GMs at the draft. Can I
I'll
say
give him that?
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Yeah, he was sitting over there by himself doing his little thing. He had like 16 different papers out.
Had a laptop open.
He was like a fantasy football guy.
He was on the phone.
He was just doing his thing over there.
Yeah.
Still think he cheated, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't know how he got such a great team, but good for him.
So we have a little controversy going on here. We came across at 5-7. There we go. All right, I think we've referees got it sorted out. 5-7-2 with Colby serving. That's some nice hard angle dinks for Ashley. She cut those things really tight. Put a lot of pressure on Andrea.
So it looks like we're right now we're back into the old classic mixed right now.
Yeah.
Is what we're shooting for here. It's very interesting.
Oh, well, we have.
And there's a little bit of pressure there from Noah. Nice. Told you she's a wall.
Yep.
And here's the thing about Ashley, right? Is that Ashley knows what her role is right now, right?
Yep.
And I feel like there's some players that just don't understand that,
Yep.
especially for mixed. And I get it. I totally get it. But there's a role to be played. And I think that we're kind of slowly getting to that right now in pickleball, where everybody understands where they're supposed to be. Look at Ben and Colin.
Look at Ben and
Colin
Colin.
knows his role, right? And I think we're getting there, right?
Yep.
But the difference is, and this is why I think we need to go to teams, is that everybody wants to be the best player.
Yeah.
And that's fine, right? But you can be the best player on a team, right? And still care about a team.
And you can play a role on a team. Oh,
Right, exactly.
and fulfill your role and get rewarded for it.
And that's why, for example, the MLB has the World Series, the NFL has the Super Bowl. I think that pickleball needs that. Because right now, congrats to Ben on getting his 100th gold medal. I mean,
Yeah,
that's freaking
yeah.
awesome, don't get me wrong. But it's just a 100th gold medal at this point, right? Like, we need an end goal, which will make it that team environment.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what we need, honestly.
The last 24 hours have been hopeful with regard to, looks like the
Yeah, I
issues
saw them
between MLP and PPA looks
Yep.
like it's being resolved.
So, big deal for
yeah.
sure. Yep. And I think if we go that route, everybody will flourish. So,
Look at Andrea was
shot.
just sitting on that.
and you see how she went in front this time.
Yep.
She did not go. She went straight to Noah.
Yep.
And sometimes you just got to go right to the dude. Just go. Just do it. Heads up, Jakey.
Yeah,
You see this
yeah.
very often.
This
but
is
I'm here for it.
interesting.
I'm here for it. That is a really good lob. I liked it.
And Noah read it quickly. They
did.
communicated well. Ashley cleared the zone, gave him a nice forehand that he got a nice push on, and then he got the setup ball to put it away.
That was a good spot.
Yeah.
Really good spot.
We are
It's,
8-7.
as I would say, good placement.
Yeah, good placement.
Good placement.
We are seeing the team dynamics here. We've got the GMs and the other players calling lines and talking positively, encouraging their teammates. A little bit of on-court coaching going on.
I love it. Body bag.
Yeah.
I think that's what you call that.
Yeah, that's how they do it at
The
Tuesday night.
Pickleball League.
Arizona Pickleball League,
Arizona
Tuesday
Pickleball
night.
League.
Shout out to my dear friends, Patrick and Ashley.
Yep, shout out to those guys. I appreciate them letting me be a part of that. That was a good time. Very interesting experience, to say the least. And when I say interesting, it was just a pretty wild environment to be a part of, to be honest with you. I've played a lot of environments where there's a lot of people watching in crowds, but that was
It's hype.
a little different.
Yeah,
it
the
was a
energy
little-
level in that building is just phenomenal.
You don't understand it until you're in it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Hardest tag I ever saw someone get hit was in that building. It was the first week of Tuesday night pickleball with the men, and Ben Johns tagged my doubles partner. We were doing a little VIP event. So shout out to my dear friend Larry Rushing. I'm still can hear the thunder of that ball striking your belly.
Ow.
And it was like 8 days later at TOC that the bruise was still there.
Oh, good Lord. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was fun. We laughed our tails
Shame
off.
on you, Ben.
Yeah. Ben apologized with a smile. We are 7-8. First serve, Ashley. Boy, look at that. They're offset. Ashley's back. Now she's back forward. I
Wow,
thought
I'm really
fantastic
surprised
lob. Oh my, what an incredible poach.
Hashtag ninja,
Yeah.
I think is what I would call that one. And just wait for Noah to turn one of these into offense. Noah doesn't have a chance. It looked like I think the next one would have been offense, honestly. Here we go. Pressure's on now. Pressure is on right here. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a big one. I think it's going to be a big side out right here.
That was a great hold by Gig Harbor there. A couple of great high energy points, high pressure points. Ashley, nice slap. Put a ball low down the seam. And we
Is
have
that a side out?
Yep.
That was a quick side out. Holy
Back-to-back
smokes.
holds.
Put down on my phone for 1 second and bam, side out.
Seattle serving 7-8 again. all of that with a ball on. What a shame.
Classic, really classic. You know, I feel like the best rallies are interrupted by balls. It's never a weird rally or boring rally. It's always one of the best rallies you had all day.
Yeah. Speaking of rallies, I don't know if you've noticed, but the Mammoths are coming back.
They are.
They have outscored Burien 6-3 since the turn.
I see that.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Can you do the math on that now? It's twice.
It's about 1.34 times.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
1.34. Give or take about 0.1% ish. I've gotten a lot of flack for this before, but I am a huge fan of
That's an outball.
when it works. That right there, though, the guy being super aggressive. I'm a very aggressive mixed player, and I know a lot of people don't like that, but I really enjoy when I see a guy come over and just apply that pressure, because in my opinion, that's just how mixes should be played. And I'm kind of seeing the guys starting to get that going right now. They're looking like they're getting a little more sassy out there right now, and I like it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you
No,
there,
you're
but
good.
that was a great
That was a
counter
good
by
round.
Ashley. Ashley read that thing and just redirected it at.
Once again, understands her position and her
Yep.
role right now on her team, and she was there. She was ready. She looked like Ken Griffey right now.
Oh, that was really close to the line.
That was
Bob.
pretty close, actually. I ain't gonna lie.
So let's talk a little bit about Colby Bishop. Originally from Austin, Texas. Currently resides up in Bothell. He's a third grade teacher. I'm tipping my hat.
I'll give a tip and a sip, because I could not be a teacher. That'd be tough to be a teacher. I just don't know if I could. That'd be a lot of patience, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's God's work right there.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Colby wanted to do a shout out tonight to his dad, Brian, but also a guy whose name came up in so many of the pre-match interviews, Michael Enright.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Michael's name kept popping up again and again as a shout out, a mentor, a supporter of these players here. And he played in the league this year, and he and Ashworth had some good success with the underdogs when they were matched up together, but things didn't go.
I ain't gonna call him out, but it was a tough season.
It was a tough season, yeah.
I keep it real, and I
Yeah.
think Brian would appreciate me saying that. Right?
Yeah.
It was not what they were expecting. That's all I'm trying to say.
When the two of them were playing together, they did all right.
They did great, yeah, but I think that it was one of those seasons that ended up being just not what I wanted for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, week one I wanted to beat them. But it was just one of those seasons that was just kind of tough. Things didn't click necessarily the way they wanted.
Yeah.
And I mean, it happens. It's nothing against them as players. It just happens. You know what I mean?
But it showed
So-
sort of the role, having role players who know how to set up their partners, where you get someone like an Ashley Koo, or you get a Jessica Morgan who knows
Right.
how to basically take a 20-foot court and turn it into a 14-foot court for their partner.
Makes it tough.
And that partner now knows where the ball is coming from when they're playing that 14. It's treating it as a team game. That's one of the fun things to watch this play
Totally
out all
agree.
season.
Totally agree. Yeah. And I feel like every team had their own struggles and battles and their own successes. You know what I mean? And so, but Michael's a great dude. One of my favorite things about Michael is that he is oh, what a throw. That was a really good throw.
That was.
Oh, God, man,
And you put a ball on.
And I put it all on. I probably actually
Oh, look
ruined
at that. Ball
Sorry.
girl, Brandy Gibbons.
Sorry about that, Brandy. I was just trying to help. When you try to help and you ruin it. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought, but it's okay. And they take off. They kiss the dub.
And that's it.
That is a dub.
That
right
is a
there.
W. The Gladiators have pulled off a 11-8 victory in this first game. That's actually a pretty low score. That shows you how incredibly good those battles were. On the other matchup tonight, it looks like we have Burien ending up winning 23-16 over my Mammoths.
What was the score again?
23-16.
What was the score?
I'm not sure. Let me check those years. I think you've been. I think you've been operating heavy equipment out there.
I actually just had a hearing test at work and it didn't go very well. Oh, our amazing ref there, Mr. Jeff Fred. By the way, that's spelled Geoff because he's freaking awesome. And appreciate him for being out here and reffing our championship tonight. And thank you for that, for bringing our little stat. And yes, I did hear the score. I just wanted to hear you get it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But we got a really good one going on over there. It's gonna be Daniel and Takako versus Renata and Brian Baker. That is gonna be a battle. We're gonna definitely be keeping track of that score.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a tough one to
keeping track.
We got to focus, do our job tonight, but that's one of the ones. Working with Renata this year, working with Brian this year has been such a joy. Kramer Sims, who's not here tonight,
what a dude, man.
He's having eye surgery down there in Texas.
Is he?
Yep. Kramer, I hope things went well for you.
Yeah, me too.
And we miss you here tonight. We miss you wearing the woolly uniform.
He looked good in it, actually. Not to be weird or anything, but he did look good
in it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Can I give a shout out to Kramer too?
Yes.
Shout out to his pickleball paddle that he has. Grip.
The grip paddle.
Yeah. GRYP. Shout out to him. He was actually very generous. I'm hosting a golf tournament here soon at the end of the month for a scholarship I give out every year, and he was very nice enough to donate a paddle to the tournament. So thank you to Mr. Kramer. Appreciate you, man. And yes, hope everything went well. Looks like our next match is going to be Mr. Tyler Freed, a commish.
The commissioner himself.
Heather,
yeah.
Jessica Morgan and Devin D. Money Shoquist. So I think it's going to be a good one. I like it.
All right, we got first game in the in the books. So it's unfortunate we don't have Mike Givens here tonight because
I know
the amount of smack talking that we could be hearing off the court would be probably a factor of 3 or 4. He would be instigating all sorts of things with Marianne and Patrick and Frank, the GM.
No, Mike? No way. No.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Shout out to Mike. You know, what's funny about his team, the Gig Harbor Gladiators, is that when I played in the Arizona Pickleball League, you know who my GM was? Yeah. It was Mr. Mike Givens for the Gilbert Gladiators. So the reason I give him so much crap for anybody watching right now is because I love the guy. One of the nicest guys. His wife also one of the great people in pickleball, as a lot of people are in this community. And so yeah, shout out to Mike. He's a good dude, and I love the guy. I hate to say it, but I love the guy.
I will say, not the most creative name. Just kind of lifting the name off of the Gilbert Gladiators and just importing it to Gig Harbor.
Yeah. Well, since you opened the door, no, I'm just kidding. I did give him some crap for that. I will say that Gig Harbor Gladiators, I get it, but
it is alliterative.
It is.
Sort of.
I wish he could have done something cool, like the Gig Harbor Gooey Ducks. I thought that would have been kind of cool.
I would want to see the Gooey Duck mascot.
That would have been a pretty cool mascot. Now, here we go. We're underway.
Game on, 0-0.
And you remember that thing that I said about don't hit it to Devin's forehand?
Yeah, I think that's what just happened.
They found out really quick.
Yeah,
they did. Let's see if they can make something happen out of it. It's going to be really interesting to see how Freed and Gelston, Miss Heather, play together.
They have they've spent a lot of time together on the court over the years. You know, they run kind of in the same circle, and so it wouldn't surprise me if they're gonna play really nice and smooth together. Tyler is. I can tell that Tyler is interested in playing well tonight. He came here early, as the commissioner normally is here early.
But he was earlier than that?
Well, he was practicing and really being thoughtful about giving a good showing for his team. He's a super sub, just doing a solid to help the Gladiators replace the one and only Joden Terry, who is not able to be here. That was close. Tyler serving 0-1-2.
Love you too, Mike. Guess we got a shout out from Mike saying he loves us too, so I appreciate that.
Well, now what continent is he on? Is he in Asia tonight?
I think he's on the moon, actually. That's what I heard.
I hope that everybody can hear us over what appears to be logging activity that has just started next door on the lot adjacent to us.
We are in Ravensdale.
We are in Ravensdale.
So us not hearing gunshots is also, you never know. But I will also say I am from Burien. I've grown up there. Being a Burien bruiser, working as a firefighter out there, I can tell you right now, it's not normal to hear that. So I'll take a chainsaw.
That chainsaw over the.
I will take a chainsaw.
The inner city.
Yeah. At least the chainsaw, they have to be close.
Yeah.
Gun, a little bit different, unless they have no aim. There we go. We got a little bit of a. Is that 2-1 now? I believe. I think.
1-1.
1-1. Okay,
yeah.
1-1. The old 1-1-1 score.
Yep. No stack on.
What's your favorite score to announce? If you had to pick one. Say it.
2-2-2.
Oh wow. 2-2-2. Really?
2-2-2.
Wow. Okay. I thought you were gonna say something different.
You're supposed to ask me why.
Why?
It's for those of us of a certain age. It is a Karen Valentine, the actress who played in the television show from the 70s, Room 222.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
So I
always love a good old person reference.
Yeah, for us old Perigo retirees who play Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's what we call it. All I have to do is I just call Karen Valentine. Everybody knows it's 2-2 second serve.
Thank you. Yes, and Mike Givens is in the Netherlands, if anybody was wondering.
Oh, he's in the Netherlands?
Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't really want to say it. I thought the moon was cooler, but the Netherlands also works. Yeah. So I actually have two favorite scores. I'm not going to say the second one. I'll just say the first one. I think the second one might be inappropriate. But this is backyard pickleball. But my first favorite score, technically my second favorite score, 3-2-1, classic.
Yeah.
It's just fun to say 3-2-1. I mean, you don't get to say it very often. 3-2-1, 3-2-1.
Blast off, right?
Blast off.
Yep.
But
especially with your serve.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. My second score, all I'll say is I'll leave it up to interpretation as a young person. So anybody else can, if somebody could type in the chat that our producers over here, love those guys. They are amazing. If they can type in the chat what the score is, and they get it correct, I will chug a shot. I'll say that right now.
Oh boy!
So, yeah,
all right,
I got you guys. And he'll keep the guesses informed for me if anybody has a good guess. So I'll go that route.
I've been dutifully ignoring my.
Are you gonna pull up the chat?
No. Well, I guess we can do that too. I've been ignoring
Let's do that.
The messages on my phone. Hey, just thought I would let you know the score of the second game in the.
Oh, I see it.
You see it?
I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it.
So, Gladiators are currently serving, looks like 4-1 over the din of the chainsaw. I can't really tell you what server it is. But what's really nice to see is the Mammoths are up 5-2 over the Bruisers.
They are.
Go Mammoths.
I do see that. I don't want to talk about it, but whatever. I think we're worried about this game right now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but you were right.
Oh, that was a tight call.
A little bit of a tight call, but
yep.
hey.
But they got a better angle than we
I can appreciate a tight call.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a tournament call. It's gold medal. There's money on the line. Hey, should we talk a little bit about...
A lot of money on the line.
Yeah.
It's like, what, like $5,000 or something like that?
Well, the prize pool, it's not quite $5,000.
No, I'm just kidding.
It is $2,800 for the winning team.
Wow, that's not bad.
This was a winner-take-all setup for this year.
I like that. I like it.
So
I think it's the right way to go.
Oh,
and Devin
boy.
hits another one out. Right now, he's kind of trying to paint things, and he shouldn't be trying to paint things. You know what I mean?
Tyler is very good at letting balls go.
He is.
He reads the ball well. Heather is also pretty good at it. (6-1) first serve. Tyler's first server.
Got a little fancy there with the forehand.
And
I kind of like it, actually.
little bit of the commentator's curse. We start talking nice about his pickleball IQ, and then he dumps that thing. Yeah, that's the way to finish that. Same guy, dumps the ball, dumps the next serve right in.
Love it.
And Gig Harbor gets a hold out of that. 6-1-1, Heather serving. So let's talk a little bit about Heather Gelston. 47 years old, born and raised in Tacoma, Washington, still lives in Tacoma, and has been playing pickleball longer than Tyler. That's kind of amazing when you look at
Since
1988. So I'm doing the math on that, and it looks as if we have over 50 years of pickleball experience up there in the white jerseys.
And it's showing right now.
And it is showing.
That is impressive.
Neither one of them have racquetball or racket sports experience. Heather's racket experience as a youth was playing pickleball on Taps Island.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool, actually.
She also wake surfs. She's big into hot yoga.
I know they love their lake days for sure. Yeah. Sorry, Heather. Shout out to you. She always invites us to a nice lake day, and I just haven't been able to make it out. But we'll be there one day. Me and my beautiful wife, I will be out there one day. So they do love their wake surfing, man. Let me tell you. And they're good at it.
I've seen some of the posts of theirs on their IG posts, and it looks like there's a lot of fun being had.
And your woolly mammoth Kramer. Very good at it, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the one thing that was a lot of fun to learn from Heather in our conversations, our pre-match interview, her favorite movie is Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
How's that for a classic?
I do not know that movie. I'm going to be honest with you. So, I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I like it already, but I do not know the movie.
Just let your imagination run wild.
Oh, it's already been running wild.
Yeah.
Come on, you know me. I'm a weirdo. It's already there. Okay, Edward. I'm already there. Let me give me like a quick excerpt, like a 5-second.
The Catskills Resort in the '60s, family trip up there, classic.
It's like a National Lampoon's kind of style?
No.
Oh, okay.
Drama.
What's the Dirty Dancing part?
Well, it's Patrick Swayze is the dance instructor at the resort. So let your mind go from there.
Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. Okay.
So
cool.
Heather wanted me to do
I love it.
Shout out tonight to Valerie King in Arizona. Valerie, I hope you. Oh, look at that inside out. Nicely done there, Tyler. Heather wanted me to do a shout out to Valerie King in Arizona.
I love it, dude.
And that is the 10-minute timer. We are 9-1 for the Gladiators over the Stomp. It is 7-5.
That is not the score I was thinking, by the way, for this side. I was not expecting 9-1.
And it looks as if we are 8-5. The Mammoths over the Bruisers with Renata and Brian handling their stuff. They're playing Daniel and Takako.
Yep, looks like an 8-5. That's a good little round over
match,
there. I like it. I like to see that, yeah. This is not what I was expecting on this side, by the way, for the Gladiators and the Stomp. The Stomp just look like they don't have kind of everything going right now. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks like they're a little bit, as Tom Brady would say, deflated. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just not there. And I think that they can turn that around for sure. But what I will say, Edward, is if they go down 0-2 here, it's going to be tough.
That's a big hole.
It's going to be a really tough hole to come back from.
Yeah.
So,
now we're seeing one of the great parts of the team dynamic here, right? We've got Colby and Andrea giving their teammates perspective on what's going on. What do you think is the advice that should be going to Devin and to Jessica at this point, being down 1-9?
if I was them right now, the advice that I would be giving is that not only do they need to relax and basically kind of find their rhythm, but they have 10 minutes. Okay, if you can go down 9-1 in 10 minutes, you can come back from 9-1 in 10 minutes, in my opinion. So right now is not the time to rush. Right now is the time to find your rhythm. Okay, and you know how pickleball is, right?
Yeah.
It's a game of momentum. So I think they need to find their rhythm, get a couple points. They get a couple points here, then they can find. They'll be able to, kind of just like that, just like what I'm saying right now. Now they can kind of settle in, and the pressure turns around. Right now the pressure's on them, so they need the pressure to be turned back around onto the Gladiators. So if they get this point, in my opinion, bam, here we go. Now it's Edward. It's time for liftoff. For the Stomp. In my opinion, it's time for liftoff right here. And I'm telling you right now, I think they can run another 3 at least. Oh, and never mind. Miss Jessica, commentator curse. Commentator curse, she was a little out.
But that's a good way to start this. Instead
a very
of being
good
down
way.
8, now it's down 6.
Yep.
6 is a manageable run. Oh, Tyler saw it.
Love the Ernie. It just didn't work out.
He got pretty tight in there. That ball was down low. It wasn't high. It was hard to work with. Nice drop.
Just out again. All right, here we go. Their ball. They got the ball back. This is what they needed. 3-9. Here we go. Got a ball on court. By the way, your mammoths are the ones who hit that ball on the court.
I'm so proud of them.
And there's that forehand. Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
saw that coming.
Perfect little execution.
So
if Jessica can hit her thirds, this will be one of those games where it can turn around quick.
And we have not seen a Burt yet tonight.
We haven't. You're right. We have not actually.
But
once again, here's that rhythm.
Yeah.
Here's that flow. Here it
now
goes.
it's a 4-point game. So that's Devin serving 5-9-1.
If you were wondering what my favorite score is, it's what the score is now.
Okay.
Now you know.
I'm not calling the score on this one.
I'm not going to say it either.
No, okay.
Just letting you know.
Just let it hang out there.
I pretty much have to say, I don't want to say I was right, but I'm just saying that this game is a game of momentum.
It is a game of momentum.
That is what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And the one thing that you can't do in this league that a lot of people can do is, and that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt a little bit. Is you can't call a timeout in this league.
No,
right?
yeah.
So it's going to be tough.
You got the only timeout you can generate is a side out.
It looks like Jessica, the nerves are getting to her just a tad. Just a tad.
It was nice to see. The Stomp picking on unwinding the stack, trying to get that ball on. They were making Tyler run across, and nice lob. And Tyler falls down, and the ball actually comes to him essentially while that's the second out ball that's been hit. Both Jessica and Devin hit out balls, one on the sideline, one at the baseline, when they were standing outside the court.
Hey,
and they still won the point.
When you're nervous, you do things that you normally wouldn't do. Just like that. Hit that ball that she shouldn't probably have hit.
Yeah. There we go. And again, they score on it.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here.
Let's see if they continue to pick on the unwinding of the stack here.
I think they're gonna. They should. Man, that chainsaw. I really hope they're only cutting trees over there. That's all I can say.
It is that time of the year. The last dry days of
that is another
the summer.
missed serve from Jessica. Not to interrupt you. Sorry, that's a tough one. You can't miss the serves right now. Playing with their Brian Ashworth signature. That's a tough one too. Good third.
Tyler wants that one back.
I would want that one back too.
Yeah. So Tyler wanted us to give a shout out tonight to Tyler. Is a little bit of background here, is a very successful real estate professional, and he wanted us to do a shout out to the Windermere Team Blue that he's a part of, and he's really, really proud to be a part of the Windermere organization. And so shout out to them from him here at the ranch.
And there's that backhand that Devin is not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
You got to stay on his forehand.
So another one or two interesting things about the commish.
What a drop.
What a drop shot. That is Jessica
That's the recipe.
That's Jessica in a single point.
That's
right
what
there.
I got in week 2.
Yeah.
Or week 3 or whatever it was.
So Tyler's favorite drink is Tito's. His favorite movie, Boondock Saints. And his pickleball mentors, Joden Terry and the one and only Morgan Evans, who was a guest commentator earlier this year first.
Yeah.
And I think one of the truly great innovators in the sport.
Yeah.
The first true professional coach in pickleball.
For sure. He also is a funny and great commentator.
Yeah.
Definitely funny when he comes to commentating. One of his lines that he left me with last time he was here, he said, this game is 80% mental and the rest is in your head. It's pretty funny.
When he took over coaching Tyson McGuffin, I thought that was a courageous thing. It's when you're going to put yourself out there as somebody who's coaching one of the best players who's trying to get to the top of the game, you're taking a lot of responsibility on.
And he was playing with him.
And he was
for
playing
a short
with
time.
Yeah.
There, right?
And he did. And look at what's happened to Tyson's career over the years with him. Tyson he's become incredibly coach focused. Working with his team, fitness, technique.
Yep.
Point construction. He's a testament to applying the resources of a team to helping you succeed.
Yep. Agreed.
11-8. Oh, a little ball off the tape. And look at that now. Or excuse me, it is 9-11 Stomp serving. Hard to tell over the chainsaw whether or not it's first serve or second.
Oh, that was a big one. That's a good idea. You should take that out.
We're sort of tracking it.
Probably about 1 minute and 35 seconds left. And that's a big
So
point.
that was the groundskeeper, Michael Winnie. Just a little drive-by help to the broadcast team.
Was.
What? Thank you, Michael.
Just a tad outside. I think the umpires of this year's MLB would have called that a strike.
Looks like we have 2 minutes remaining.
The old 2-minute warning. They need this side out quick. Oh, that's not going to work.
Oh. And.
Yep, that's not going to help. Now they really need the ball back quick.
Yeah.
Looks like your Mammoths are ahead and might be able to pull this one off.
So we are 13-9 here on this court. Nice dig, Tyler. Couple of nice digs. So the one good thing about that point is they chewed up probably
A lot of time.
15, 20 seconds with just playing great defense.
A lot of time, yes.
9,
And this is the point where you just want to, you just want to have a long rally.
Yeah, 9-13 first serve.
Yeah,
And
it's not
now,
looking too good for the Stomp.
one of the things I did notice all year long is the whatever team was in the lead never milked the clock away from the point.
No, everybody did a great job.
Everybody did a fantastic job of trying to get the ball back in play quickly, serve quickly, run down a ball quickly. They may have chosen to do it on the court to say, hey, we're going to grind out a long point here. We're going to do some conservative dink-oriented pickleball.
Agreed. I totally agree with that.
So it's been incredible sportsmanship.
For sure. But it is looking like the Gladiators are going to go up 2-0, most likely. Unless a Mega Millionaire lotto ticket is drafted and that's for them to win. It's going to be tough.
I think
And they're going to be down 0-2, 100%.
Yeah.
There's no way about coming back from this one on this first serve. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Stomp come up here with. I think it's men's next, correct?
It is men's next.
So they're going to have to come out firing tough.
And
there it is.
That's time. And oh, hey, look at that. Look what we got for.
Wow, close one
Wow,
actually.
close one.
Wow,
We
that
had
actually got really close at the end there.
Mammoths end up beating the Bruisers 12-11. Congratulations to Brian Baker and Renata Baker, not married. They wanted me to make sure that was well known.
Who?
The Bakers.
Oh,
Renata Baker and
they wanted
Ryan
to make sure
Baker.
that was well known. I can.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
I can understand that. Yeah.
And here we had a.
I think I'm a little empty, by the way. I don't know about you, but I'm a little empty here.
Well, here you
So
go.
while we,
you can
talk
reset.
about
Do you need
this-
another rock?
No, I think this rock will work. This will do just fine. Yeah, we'll be okay. Oh yeah, that rock will be perfect. Yep.
I'll take a little topper on that guy.
You
Thank you.
tell me when. You tell me when. Let's go.
One finger.
One finger.
Yep. There we go.
One finger. How long is that? Like
that's
that.
that's like a toe.
Oh, okay.
That's like a big toe. Thank you very much.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
I was going by my finger. I have pretty big hands, so sorry about that.
So that the Gladiators ended up winning 16-10 over the Stomp,
It did.
and so we have it's 2-0.
Yeah, this is going to be make or break here for the Stomp. So I think it's one of those things where at this point the Stomp have to come out. And there's a difference between too timid and too aggressive.
Yeah.
Too timid, too aggressive. It's like the cocky, confident line, right?
Yeah.
And they need to find that. They need to ride that line tough.
You ever get accused of being a little on one side of the line or the other?
Oh, I 100% do. I can tell you right now, I'll never forget actually 2021 Seattle Metro. Me and myself and Dalton Vavra went in, beat some really, really good teams, playing really well that day. And we went in on the winners finals for the Open. And ended up playing Steve Deacon and Spencer Smith. And I played...
That's a duo to face in.
It was, but we were playing so well.
Yeah.
We ended up beating really good teams like Eric Lang and Wes Gabrielson. Shout out to them. Very great players.
Incredible team there as well.
Came back the next year and beat us up and took the gold and we got silver. And then played Kyle Yates and Brian Ashworth, and that was a battle in the winners finals. And then we got to the gold, and Mr. Lucas decided to play real timid and ended up getting double dipped and double dipped pretty decently. I can accept that, and it was tough, but I learned about the whole being too timid in that moment, right? And, I feel like you learn in your losses a lot, and so that's what I want people to. But these guys need to do is not ride that Lucas timid line of 2021 at Seattle.
Yeah, go be aggressive.
Trust me, it's not a great feeling. Don't do it. Don't do it, boys. Okay,
Yeah.
Don't do it. So I think that's what they need to do. They need to come out. You have to be smart, but you have to be aggressive. So that's what I want to see from them.
With these matchups, right? We've got Devin and Colby, both taller, bigger guys. They both move laterally pretty well. What do you think are we going to see a stack out of them? Or are they going to play traditional? What do you think?
So the one thing I know about these two, other than playing in this league together, is that Devin is from down south.
Yep.
And Colby's from up north.
Yep.
And so I don't know how much they've actually really played together before being on the same team together.
Yeah.
So I hate to say it, I'm not going to be that guy. I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do. So I'm interested to see what their strategy is for this one. If I were them, I would personally start with Devin on the left side because that's where he's most comfortable.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, then they need to switch it back out and Colby be the aggressor. But Devin is just so good on the forehand side, and when Devin's on, Devin is on. So, but Colby, I think, is maybe the stronger player in this. So I think they might want him on the left. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what Frank Chapone, the general manager of the Seattle Stomp, is thinking, but he has some decisions to make right now because it is do or die.
It is very much do or die. So Devin has a request for a shout out here to
Okay.
Chicorn, spelled Chicorn. I have no idea what the reference is on it. Didn't get a chance to follow up with him on that.
Must be an inside joke.
Chicago Cornhole Association? I don't know.
I was thinking like a Chicago unicorn.
Well, it could be
I
that
don't
as
know.
well. Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, no, I have no clue what the hell that means.
I know he did play a lot of cornhole in college.
Shy corn. That could have
Yeah.
been. Could be. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to ask him after the stream.
So Devin's he's one of these guys that hit the magic 50, started playing seniors, and it sort of re-energized his participation in the tournament world. He's got a 5.25 duper right now. He's playing with
The highest on the stomp.
as the highest player, and playing with Colby. He's got a 5.10. So both very solid players. We've got Noah that we've talked about already playing with the commish. Just straight up duper scores. This thing looks like it should be a significant advantage, but that's why we play him.
And what was Freed's duper? 5.28. Okay.
5.28, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good duper there for Mr. Freed. Yeah, I like it. And yeah, Noah definitely should have the highest duper out of these four. Definitely being the strongest player out there, in my opinion.
So I asked Devin what he did for a living, and the answer I got was he is a neurochemical influencer. Now, we also know he's a doctor, so my assumption is he's a psychiatrist.
He's a psychiatrist, yes. The easiest way to say it. That's a psychiatrist's way of saying it to normal people. Like me, a firefighter. What do you do? Let me hit you with a bunch of big words.
So being down 0-2, I wonder what the doctor's advice to his patient is.
Yeah, right. Being in the head there, we'll see. We will see. That's a good point. How would I describe being a firefighter? That's interesting.
An anti-oxidation engineer?
That'd be a driver. And then, man, I don't know. That's a tough one off the spot. I guess there's different time frames I've been in my life. When I was a firefighter and I was young, well, I say young, but like when I first started, I started pretty young. It was kind of just like that rugged, just like, good old boy kind of atmosphere. Now being a captain, it's a little bit different. Got to be a little more, how do I say it? Responsible. Got to take care of the shift. Before I was just a crazy firefighter on shift. Now I'm the one who, make sure that the shift is in order. Crazy how times change very quickly.
You're the adult in the room? Is that what you're saying?
I am definitely the adult in the room, making sure that our training gets done. It's a lot more responsibility now, but I love it. So, and I love the guys I work with and the girls that I work with at my department. So, definitely a good spot. Shout out to my wife, also a firefighter for Gig Harbor, believe it or not. Not meaning she's cheering for Gig Harbor Gladiators, by the way, but she is a Gig Harbor firefighter. So, and here we go. We're off.
0-0.
I do imagine this is going to be a kind of a targeting match on Tyler Freed, and we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
The one thing I've noticed, Edward, in my experience of playing, is that when you target a certain player sometimes, that player can get hot. And when that player gets hot, you just want to keep going to him for some reason.
Yeah.
Because that was the strategy to start with.
Yep.
But really, you should just start hitting and mixing it up, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see if Tyler can get hot, and if he does and they continue to go to him, it might be a really short night, unfortunately, for the Seattle Stomp.
1-0, only 1 point scored on that first serve, or 0-1 here.
Nice shot, Noah.
Noah's sitting on that backhand. They are one game away from $2,800, by the way.
They
Pretty
are,
wild to think
yeah.
about, right?
Yeah.
Big serve from Colby.
What?
What a get.
Oh, what a
Devin.
get from Devin, and unfortunately, Colby puts that one right on the top of the net. Tough. One 0-1.
Boy, the energy, I think there's a lot of adrenaline going on. The energy levels are really high. for Gig Harbor. That's a couple of balls that they've punched long.
I
so
wish
far.
they could have done it like the old WWF days. Yes, I do know those days because I love WWF wrestling. And I wish they could do it like when they used to put the belt at the top of the ring, right?
Yeah.
For the, they call it TLC, and they'd have the belt up there. They should have the $2,800 just hanging above the pickleball net right now for these guys to see.
We've got the boom.
We got
crane.
the boom, man.
Yeah,
Put $2,800. Yeah, put $2,800 up there and let's see how everybody plays then. You know what that shot will look like? Will look like a Tyler Freed shot.
Yeah.
It also look like the wizard himself, Mr. Peter Hodachko.
Oh,
He was an
yeah.
absolute legend around here. If you don't know him, gives pickleball lessons. Highly recommend. Guy has a plethora of knowledge.
Back in the day, he was one of the top players in the country.
Oh my God,
Made
he
it to
whooped my
finals
ass.
of Tournament of Champions back in the day, one of the
He did.
majors. He had an epic match, finals match at U.S. Open against Adam Stone and Dave Fleming. Took silver at the U.S. Open, 5-0 that year, 35 plus. He's a certified, can I say this on camera, badass?
Nah, badass is definitely okay.
All right.
He, funny thing about Peter, if you want to have a quick story with him, is, I love the aggression real quick by Freed. He is just not, he doesn't care. And the aggression got to him a little bit. But anyways, first time I ever met Peter, I was kind of coming up still, still playing a little bit, and I was kind of like a young guy, starting to kind of feel myself with playing, and getting a little cocky. I ain't gonna lie, Edward. A little bit. And I was like 20, yeah, me cocky, right? I was like 22 probably at the time, I think, or 23, and I walk into SeaTac Community Center, and I'll never forget, Abby's there. Shout out to Abby.
Abby.
Awesome players. Wow, what a great ATP from Colby. What a great defensive
Defense.
shot. One thing I want to say about that shot real quick for viewers that want to learn about, as far as just defensive piece for that, is that if you watch Noah, he backed up immediately.
Yeah.
Right when he saw that the ATP was vulnerable, he backed up and he just sat there and just waited for the ball to come to him. And that was a great shot. Wow, what a block. Let's watch this point really fast. Nice attack there from Freed.
Put the ball up high
Once
on
again,
the backhand.
kind of at Devin's backhand,
Yep.
right? Once again. So,
Yep.
but back to the story here. I walk in and Abby goes, "Hey, come here. You'll never understand. This guy right here is crazy good." And I was like, "Who's this guy?" You know, I was like, "Whatever, dude. I know I'm the best player here. Whatever." I was so young and naive and just stupid at the time. And I walk in and who was there? Mr. Peter Hodachko. And I'll never forget, I get up there and I start playing with this guy, and I could just tell the way he hit the ball was different. And I was like, oh boy, this guy is better than me. I knew right away. I was like, yeah, this guy's better than me for sure. And started playing with him, and then I finally humbled myself, and I was like, all right, I probably should talk to this guy, and introduce myself. And then, he's like, hey man, just play together more, and Peter kind of took me under his wing, and I started playing with Peter, and definitely taught me a lot of what I know now. So definitely appreciate Peter. But yeah, he definitely humbled me in my young start in pickleball. Before the older people humbled me when I first started, got my butt kicked. Peter brought me back down to earth again and said, hey, let's be a student first there, buddy. Okay, you're not that good yet. You're not that good.
Peter comes out of that incredible group out of Utah,
Yep.
right? There are a lot of players influenced by the one and only Larry Moon out of that Salt Lake City area. Guys like Tyler Loom and Peter Hodachko, and there's a number of players that all owe their success, their pickleball careers, to having found their way onto a court with Larry Moon.
And we're very lucky that that Peter has decided to stay, here in Washington.
Yeah.
He's not at Utah anymore. So.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring this up, but man, I have to say it. Your mammoths are really taking it to my bruisers right now.
We're not going to talk about that. I'm going to be a gentleman.
That is a tough one. No, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up because I'm disappointed right now in them. As their manager, I love them, but you know what? I can be upset with them a little bit, and that's a tough score. We're not going to say it out loud, but it's a tough score. That's all I'll
The
say.
Mammoths are doing well over on the other court. We are currently 5.
It's a tough score.
Stomp is 5-2 second serve.
Yep.
Best description I've heard of Peter Hodachko was Irina in the middle of a broadcast described Peter as the best cross-court rec game dinker in the history of pickleball.
Best cross-court rectangle in the history of football. That was pretty funny.
Which that's a very on-brand thing for
That is
Irina.
really funny, yeah.
Very technical. You know, it's
yeah,
like his
yeah.
cross-court dinking when you get him relaxed is as good as it gets.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing about Peter. He does not like his backhand. He will sit on that forehand as long as he can.
Baseball background, you know, so another one of these guys like you and so
Yep.
many others who have found success in pickleball without having a
Did he have a
tennis background.
He didn't have a tennis background.
No,
Okay.
not
I
at
didn't
all.
think
All
so. I didn't think
baseball.
so. Yep.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, baseball is a background of mine, but not really. Like I only played Little League, like when I was like, I don't even know, 10. BMX is my true background, if everybody wants to know. So that's kind of where I came from. It's racing bikes.
Racing bikes.
Racing BMX bikes. Did that for about 11 years. In fact, I can give a shout out right now. Not that she's watching, but my sister, Kealani Hines, she is a professional mountain bike racer. And very successful, really good racer from around this area. And yeah, so shout out Kealani. She was a really good BMX racer too. So yeah, haven't seen her in a while. Another big side out there for the Gladiators. Let's see if they can get something going here. 3-5-1.
I think the viewers probably do want to see the Stomp win this and
100%.
have
Make it
all comes down to the ladies. Oh my.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Gladiators. Sorry, Mike, but I would like to see that too. It'd be fun. 4-5-1.
4-5-1, and we have 1:40 remaining in this game. Oh, that's
Here's that momentum change
Yeah.
right now. Definitely going down.
Tyler did a great job of clearing the zone. He saw Noah set that up and just gave him the room to finish.
Call that a heat check there for Noah.
Yeah.
Little heat check.
Little heat check.
We always need a little heat check in our lives. 5-5-2. Are you truly sorry?
Now, when the game is tight, yeah.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I'm just a jerk, but I'm not. Now I say it, but I don't mean it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mean it. And it's not because I'm a bad person, by the way. I'm just competitive. And sorry, man. This time it just rolled on my end. Guess what? When it rolls on your end, I don't want to hear sorry personally. That's just me. I don't want to hear sorry. Let's just move on to the next point.
Yeah.
You got lucky. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
You know what I mean? It's like I play a lot of poker. Love poker. When some guy rivers me on the river with a big card and he goes, "I'm so sorry, man." I'm just like, dude, it's cool. Take my money. Take my money. Guess what? Next time it might be my try. So it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, you know? That's just my personality, though. I just know how it goes. Look at these hands. What a rally.
Nice rally. Oh, nice job getting a little bit of a reset. Tyler, reset it. Oh,
It's always that one, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
the one at the
always
feet.
that one. It's
pet-
the one that's just there, you know?
the pedicure always solves the equation.
Always does.
Yeah.
Always.
And I believe that's time.
That's time. So 7-6-1? I think on
yeah,
the one, right?
Yeah.
7-6 on the one. That is
7-6-1.
got a tight one. Got a tight one.
And I do want to ask you a favor. I'm an old guy and my eyesight's not real good. Can you read the score on the other court for the Mammoths versus the Bruisers?
It says 41-9 Bruisers.
41-9.
Oh, I'm so sorry. 4-19. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So,
I misread that. Yeah.
So Cedar Woolley Mammoths 19, Bruisers 4.
That's a good one. You guys are looking pretty good over that. It must be the side. I think it's the side.
It might be the side.
Yeah, I think so.
But
Yeah.
that would be fun to have that one be 1 and 2, and
Is it 1-1 right now?
I believe it's 1-1. Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't matter either way. It's just going to
Yeah,
be
let's-
okay,
let's
and it's
go
going to come
1-2.
down.
Yeah.
Down the women's.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I trust the women. I still trust the guys. I think that they can make something happen here. I hope.
So I'm looking for the groundskeeper.
He's right. Oh, he's. Oh, I see him. He's pretty far away right now. Base of the stairs there. He's a long ways away.
He's a long ways.
He's a long ways away, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So based on what we saw here in this first half, for Gladiators versus Stomp. Stomp up 7-6. What do you think is the mid-game adjustment that we're going to see out of both teams?
So what I saw, because I really go off body language a lot of times with players, is I saw Devin getting a little frustrated there towards the end. Luckily, they got that last point, and so it's 7-6-1. But there was just a couple shots that Devin hit that I just kind of looked like his, the momentum was not going with him. So I really need to see Devin kind of step up, be a little bit more confident with himself, and trust himself. It looks like Colby's kind of there, and I'm really hoping that for the Stomp at least, that Colby had a conversation with him and said, hey, we're here, we got this, stay focused, right? On the other end, I know Noah's doing the same thing with Mr. Freed here, a.k.a. the commish. If he can have keep him centered and keep him, it's basically going to come down to which one, Noah and Colby, can keep their other player right now centered and ready to go. That's really what I see. It's a close game, as you can see, 7-6. So it's anybody's game at this point. It's going to come down to who wants it more. So, but I mean, man, the Gladiators having $28 hanging above them right now. You know, there's a chip on the shoulder. They're 10 minutes away from $2,800. I don't know the math, but that's a lot of dollars a minute.
Yeah, that's
it's a lot of dollars a minute. Okay,
it's more than $5.
More than $5. Yeah, it's more than I'm getting paid to be here. $2,800 more. Here we go. And we're off, 7-6-1. It's a good start.
I like Tyler sliding over a little bit and giving a little bit more of that center to Noah when he's on the right like that. His backhand is so good.
Yep. And I really think they need to go behind Noah right now. Noah's on that side right now on his forehand. Right here, go behind Noah. But this is the problem with this right here, is what happens is that you start targeting a certain player and you completely forget about the other guy. That's a good shot. See how he went towards the feet more?
Yep.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing on this right side
I am,
right now?
absolutely.
There is a lot of court available
Yep.
right now for Colby and Devin, and I just would love to see Colby take advantage of that court that's available.
Just even if it's just dink back against the grain and open it up a little bit and just see if you can.
I'm going to say that word, pacement.
Basement.
Pacement.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be hard, Edward.
Yeah.
It's just got to be in the right spot with just a good amount of pacement. See if the Gladiators can get something going. And there's a little bit of a
6-8 second serve.
interesting stack right now from the Gladiators.
This is kind of what I was talking about here. Was I like the idea of Tyler being on that side.
Yeah.
His backhand's a little weak.
It's just you're really eliminating the backhand side for Noah. And even though that Noah's backhand right now is in the middle, I can really appreciate having Noah's backhand right in front of Devin.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's my only thing right now. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out for him. It's a bold move, Cotton. Now we're back to the traditional. Good movement from Freed. I just like that mix-up better for the Gladiators.
Yep.
I really do. I really wish they wouldn't. Yep, there we go. This is what I want to see. It's just going to work better for them, I think.
Good partner coming up. They're keeping the stack on.
Yep.
I do kind of like the idea that I'm showing a couple of different looks, that they're not afraid of
Not even close.
putting Tyler on either side, and that out of it they're actually thoughtfully thinking how they're going to construct points. Here we go. They're not going to stack. They're not going to put them in the. What an incredible lob.
That was a really good lob. Now, what I will say that they just did is that they didn't continue the stack, right, Edward?
Yeah.
But what they did do was they mixed it up,
Yeah.
right? And mixing it up like that is so important, in my opinion, in pickleball. Even if it's not what you want, Sometimes you just got to give the opponent a different look.
A different look, because now if if your opponent has said, hey, we're going to go at this particular court location, or at this certain player, now that player is in a position that you weren't expecting.
Exactly.
Now if you're thinking 2-3 points ahead or 2-3 balls ahead, the math is different now.
And what makes the best players the best players is they know how to adjust.
Yeah.
And a lot of good players, they don't know how to adjust. So that right there is the unpredictable Hyler free that you need.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just like my boy Nick Party Fenton, it works, but not there.
The really hard cross court attack is.
It ain't gonna work.
We've talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
And this is sort of that.
There you go.
Coming back door on him. Yep.
So see how he's mixing it up,
Yep.
and that wasn't even too back. I mean, you're right. It was backdoor for sure for what they've been doing, but it was just a little bit backdoor, just a little bit. And that change is going to get Noah because he is way too comfortable right now on that back end. Way too comfortable.
I mean, he was standing with his right foot almost. That was. I saw that as that.
I honestly didn't see it.
9-9.
9-9-2.
That's such a great
Really
dink.
smart. And once again, my word, basement.
Basement. Yeah, and it
Just
wasn't
a good spot. Just a good spot.
And it wasn't, and it was a dink with some purpose, and it came in behind, and it wasn't soft. It was rolled deep, and
Just like I tell people, the few clinics that I ever give, I will say, with the dinking with purpose, just like you said. But here's the thing: is that if you hit a good dink or you hit a good shot, right? Guess what? If you hit a good shot, people can't do anything with it, right? So you should never be scared when you hit a shot, because if you hit a good shot, they can't do anything with it, right? And that's exactly what he just did. Is he just hit it in a good spot, and once again, I mean, like clockwork, right?
Yeah, right.
It's just like
you would normally say dinking to someone's forehand is not but he's seeing it. He's seeing a very specific target.
Yep.
And he's putting pressure on it.
he's putting the pressure on it, man, and it's perfect. There's the attack.
Giving him a backhand like that. That two-handed backhand is such a weapon for him.
It is a weapon.
This is a game.
A little sassiness. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it, boys.
It's 9-9.
Yeah.
Second serve. We got 3 minutes.
Oh, I
and
like this.
30 seconds left.
Love it. Same guy.
Can you see the score on the Mammoths versus the Burians over there? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, it looks pretty tough.
Yeah. So I think I can do the math on that, and I believe the Mammoths have 4 times the number of points that the Bruisers have.
Yeah, that would be an accurate mathematician answer there, sir.
No longer though. Now it's 25.
Now it's like
6.
4.012 or something like that % more times. Yeah, tough.
Did we just see Tyler?
There it is.
Yeah.
Now, I like Tyler's movement and everything like that, but I think it might be a little much right now for how tight it is.
Yeah.
You got to take risks.
You got to take risks.
But the thing is, the difference between is that they don't need to take risks. Like they're in a spot right now to win this, and they just need to play solid right now.
Yeah.
The pressure is on the Stomp right now. It's 10-10. Really good drop.
Yeah.
Go behind him. That's all you gotta do.
And then notice how
Unfortunately,
much
Devin right
room
now is just not ready for the back end. What were we saying?
Tyler is doing a great job of clearing the zone
Yep.
and keeping everything on his forehand, giving Noah 14 feet of the court, and and Noah did a great job of reading when the ball was coming back against the green on him and sliding over and taking that forehand. That was really good play by them.
I love it. And they're gonna stack it.
Now they're going to put him on the other side.
They're gonna stack it. Smart shot. Once again, they just, for me, what's tough is the Stomp are not targeting this far right side or their left side of the court.
Yeah.
They've been hitting basically 95% of the shots on the middle line and then to the left.
Yeah.
And it's just not working. They got to mix it up. And there we go. Wow.
Nice counter.
And just like that, it went from the Gladiators being to an advantage to now the Stomp have the
Yeah.
advantage. Well, how much time?
122.
And
They
right now, if I were them, I would just take my time.
take
I would
time.
take my
Get
time.
one good point here.
All you need is one, especially on a first serve. Just develop this point here. There it is.
Great drop.
Oh, no.
Colby got what he wanted.
And
as
now the tides have turned once again.
Yeah.
If they lose this right here, it's going to be tough.
I believe there's a phone call
I
coming
did see
in on
that.
the
I
coming
did
in on
see
the
that.
scoreboard.
I did see that.
Boy, that's a heck of a progression.
Wow!
What a progression by Devin.
What a shot.
4 really incredible drops
Wow.
to reset. Get
He
them
misses one on the other side. He misses one on the other side. A little bit of confusion here.
11-10 second serve.
Yep. And we're really close on time here.
Yep. My clock says 15 seconds.
Drag this point out right now if I were them. I would even lob if I were them.
Yep, you just heard time being called. So this game,
Doesn't matter. It's
the
over.
game, that's it. It's over.
And there we go.
Oh my gosh,
Wow. We are in game number 4, Mr. Edward.
And so that was. It's all coming down to the ladies.
That's how it should be, too.
That's how it should
I think
be.
it's how it should
Yeah.
be. Yeah. A whole season can come down right here to the ladies.
Yep.
Unbelievable. And on the other side of the court, looks like your Mammoths were able to take care of business. I don't know what the final score was, but it doesn't matter. They won.
Yeah.
So good job to your Mammoths. So I think you're up 2-1.
We're up 2-1,
Up 2-1.
and we got the Gig Harbor Gladiators up 2-1.
Up 2-1 also.
Over Seattle.
Yep.
So thank you, Mr. Ref. Jeff the ref. That was a tight one.
Thank you, Mr. Jeff. Appreciate you. And now here's the real question, Edward. Who's the pressure on? Is the pressure on Stomp? Or is the pressure on the Gladiators right now? Going up 2-0. Now you're down 2-1. I mean, where are we at right here? You know? I feel like it's one of those things right now where I think pressure is just in general. We could be in an overtime.
We
For
could.
sure.
We could end up
This
with a
could go
tiebreaker at
either
the
way.
end. Yeah.
Let's look at, if you don't mind, I kind of want to, just out of curiosity, let's look at some of the dupers for this, for the women's, because it'd be kind of fun.
So we've got a combined 10.21
10.21.
for the Gladiators.
On this side,
We've got a 9.93.
9.93, yeah.
A little
yeah.
bit. If you're trusting the dupers, it's in the advantage of the Gladiators. But what's interesting is this is
Very close, though.
You know, we've got the style of play off of Ashley and Heather. You know, these are both defensive specialists. The ball's going to keep coming back.
Yep.
The question is, are they going to be able to generate pressure and offense? And which Jessica do we see? Do we see the Jessica that was so incredibly capable of shutting down the corner many times this season? And if we do see her, then we get to also then see Andrea run free and be the beast that she can be.
I think Andrea is the key factor of this whole game out of all 4 girls. Andrea, she has the most firepower out of all of them, and I think she could dictate this game better than any other girls out there right now. I will say that this could go either way at the end of the day. But and then the other thing I was going to say actually is that Jessica and Heather, they both play with each other. They know each other.
They do each other really
Ashley
well.
and Andrea, they both play with each other and they know each other because those are the North Enders, Ashley and Andrea.
Yep.
The South Enders are Heather and Miss Jessica. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We got 2 sides that know each other really well, and the other mix is just kind of going off of what they know.
So
you know?
I was talking with, I was playing with Ashley this last week, and we're talking a little bit about kind of her support network up there in the north. Andrea and her, Renata plays in that group. There's a number of players in this league that play in that group up there. And what I didn't realize about that ladies Tuesday game at Andrea's house is that it's a money game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And
my mother-in-law plays in that, and she talks about it. It's a money game.
And
They
so,
don't mess around.
Yeah, and I think that just sort of sharpens the senses a little bit more. I know that even if there's like $8, if it's $1 a game kind of thing, even if it's just $8 on the line,
it's enough.
It's enough for there to be some bragging rights, right?
It is enough. Yeah. Actually, kind of funny. I just kind of realized this is that so Jessica and Heather, who are both the Southlanders, right?
Yep.
They are both from Tacoma, Washington, right? Kind of cool. And then you look at Miss Ashley. She's from Seoul, South Korea. And then you got Andrea over here, and she's from Hungary.
From Hungary, yeah.
Right? So like you have two people on one end that are from, not only different countries, but play together.
Yep.
And then you have two people from Tacoma, Washington, and locals,
Yeah.
right? So that's what's so cool about this league. You just have such a diverse group of people that are playing together, and it just makes a lot of fun, man. I love it. It's a really good time. It has been fun being a GM. Sometimes it makes me want to wish I would have been playing, but the GM thing was fun. I really enjoyed it, for sure.
I have to say, as an opposing GM, I'm glad that you were GMing and not playing.
Well, that's nice of you to say. Yeah. I will say it was really difficult during our team practices and during games to only be watching.
And have to use your mind and your mouth.
Yeah. And I'm so passionate and competitive that I was out there all the time. I actually had to have a conversation with my team at one point. I said, "Hey guys, am I being a little too much out there? Because I'm out there running out there talking to them. Hey, switch this one. Don't." I was making up code words. Omaha. I was using Omaha when I wanted them to switch. I mean, I was getting into it, Edward, and they were all like, "No, honestly, it's really cool." And I said, "Guys, I have a strong personality. You can tell me no." And they were like, "No, we love it." So it all worked out. But yeah, it was definitely a little different watching.
So the value you added as a GM and the value I added as a GM are kind of different. I used my connections to try and develop relationships for players to get the coaching that they needed at this point in
which
their
you did
journey.
great. Yeah.
Getting Zach Ayot involved, which I want to do a shout out to Zach, who's here tonight. You may see him in the purple shirt off there in the background behind the other court. He's coaching the Mammoths tonight. And, he's an incredibly gifted player, an incredibly gifted tennis player as well, not just pickleball, and golden ticket holder. He has become a very dear friend, but he is also developing his coaching chops and is doing a heck of a great job with a couple of players here locally.
Yeah, there's a difference between, and Zach, he is a great player. I'll give the shout out also. Great player, great guy. And I will say that there is a huge difference, though, with being a player, right, and being a coach, right? And so to be able to do both, I feel like, is actually a talent. Because there's a lot of good players out there right now that they don't know how to talk about what they're doing or what they do.
Yeah.
There's a difference between playing and then putting that on paper or into coaching, right? Yeah. Very different. And so to be able to do both, I think, is a really cool thing. So, shout out to Zach.
I came back from a pretty bad injury this last year, and Zach was very generous with his time helping me sort of reconstruct my game and the physical limits that I've got. And just say, all right, we're going to figure out how to shorten the court or how to narrow the court, how to keep the ball in front of you the way you want to. It's just very thoughtful, very intellectual approach. So
I love it. That's awesome. How's it been doing, by the way? Been good? Been better? As far as the injury and everything?
Yeah.
Both
both injuries are doing great.
Good.
And I'm feeling like I'm playing stronger now than I've played at any point in my pickleball.
That's great. That's really good to hear. Yeah. I remember hearing about that injury, and I was hoping that you were going to be able to bounce back. You know what I mean? So, good to hear. Gentlemen and ladies, start your engines, because here we go.
And we've got a little darker court, which a little shadow developing here.
It's a little bit of a difference for sure. Yeah, definitely a big deal. It does make a difference.
Cooling down a little bit. The wind is not a factor, but the ball's going to play a little colder, a little harder, a little faster.
We'll say if we have to go to overtime, we might need the lights.
Yeah. Oh,
that bothered them? Interesting. I'm just kidding. Definitely was a factor there.
That was my Mammoths participating.
That was.
Thank you.
Might have been.
That's a nice forehand rip by
Did like
Andrea.
that a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Playing with her Astria, which is
Yep.
a local paddle out of the Redmond Tennis Center, I believe. I forget the guy's name, but definitely out of Redmond Tennis Center.
That's what we're seeing new out of Andrea is that instead of ripping every ball, waiting and learning to hit a shaped shot like she just hit there to score. And this is a year of pickleball. Imagine what she's going to be like when, and at her age, she's going to be playing pickleball
it's crazy.
50 in a year and a half.
Crazy she's only been playing for a year, actually. That's
Right.
pretty impressive.
She's going to be a catch on the senior pro circuit.
Yeah, really impressive. Is she 50 now?
48.
Okay, yeah. So
I think she's pickleball 40. I don't know if she's pickleball 48 or pickleball 49.
What a lob. Wow. So I will say, Edward, what I want to see from the Stomp is exactly what they're doing right now. I want to see Andrea on the right side. I know it's not the strong side, but the thing is for Andrea is that that's her backhand. Like that's, right? That's her back in the middle.
Yep.
And she can make a lot of things happen on that side. So
Yep.
that's what I want to see from Andrea. Is I want to see her on that, in that middle. With her backhand. Good attack from Jessica. And that's the other thing Jessica needs to do. She needs to be aggressive.
Yeah.
She needs to show that she's not messing around. She's here to play.
Love that she is playing with the Brian Ashworth edition of that one shot. That beautifully silky, smooth, soft control paddle that they make. A brilliant paddle.
Carbon.
Yep.
Carbon soft. If you are that's kind of your game, that dinking sauce game,
Yep.
that is your paddle. Oh, man, that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
It should come with an instruction manual for the Brian Ashworth Stomp maneuver, right? Which I know you have seen in action many times.
I've seen it a lot. Yeah.
So you were talking about Peter and sort of the influence he had on you and some of the other local players. You know, it's interesting to seen some of the players that came through while he was teaching, while he was the head pro at Station.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Brian was that way though too.
Riley Newman and
Yep.
Lindsay were there in that
Yep.
mix, and they were honing their craft.
Mm-hmm.
They were often in early in the morning, late at night when Peter and Brian had keys to get in early or stay late.
You want to hear a funny story, actually? I was actually there for the last time that me, Brian Ashworth, I believe Nick Williams, and I think Dalton Vavra might have been there with Riley. And Riley played with us one more time at the Station, and he said, I'm going to go ahead and take my talents to Arizona. And he said, I think he was 27 at the time.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to, because he was coaching basketball.
Yeah.
And he
And
said,
working on his referee certification.
exactly.
Yep,
And
yep.
he said to us, he's obviously playing really great at the time. He's
Yep.
obviously become a way better player than he was at that moment,
Yep.
being one of the best guys in the world. And he said, oh, I'm just gonna give this a shot, And he's like, I said, oh, okay, cool. And I said, what's your plan? He said, I'm just gonna give pickleball a shot. I said, okay, man, hey, I love it. Give it a shot. He goes, well, I'll never forget this. He said, well, something along the lines of, I'm in my upper 20s, so guess I'll give it a shot for a year or two, and then I might have to figure things out. And then I remember forgetting he said that to me, and obviously he's where he is now. Right? So shout out to Riley Newman for doing a great job and being the player that he is now and being super successful.
Yeah.
So that was his last session I think he had at the Station
At
with
Station,
us,
yeah.
with us watching you guys, and now he's obviously playing the pro scene the way he is. I actually played with him before Metro this year. And this guy, I'm going to call you out, Riley, because this is pretty funny. This guy comes over. We got a portable net that we put up at Rainier Beach tennis courts. Played with me, Brian Ashworth, and Mr. Enright, Michael Enright. And he didn't know how to take the net down.
That's very
a swift net.
That's a pro.
The guy didn't know what he was doing. He's like, what do I do? What do I do, guys? And he's like, we're like, whoa. We're like, are you serious right now? So... yeah, I got to give you a little crap there, Riley. That was because it was pretty funny. So, yeah. Shout out to Riley. All right, here we go. So, 4-2. Is that 1? I think 4-2-1.
4-2-1, yeah.
Right.
Or no, 5-2-1.
3-2-1.
We're confused on the score here.
I think so too. I think the scoreboard is also really confused. at these hands from the ladies. She called it out. Definitely looked in. Yeah, nice of Heather. That's all good. Shout out to Heather Gelston there for being
Amazing.
a good sports.
That
good
is
sportsmanship there.
the sportsmanship.
And that's what you're
there.
going to get from Miss Heather. Good sportsmanship. You know what? Because she just gave out such good sportsmanship, I'm going to shout them out. Brian and Heather Gelston, great people. Do you know they're actually building another court at their house?
No, they're building a second court.
Building a second court outside, but covered, kind of like Mount Vernon.
Okay.
But I'm going to give them a shout out. Bumpy's Pub in Puyallup, if you're ever in the area. I've been there before. Their pizza. Oh, pizza's so good. And I also want to give them a shout out because they are sponsoring my golf tournament from my scholarship that I give out to young adults trying to be in the fire service. So thank you to them. And shout out to Bumpy's Pub. I think it's the biggest little bar in Puyallup, something like that, I think, or whatever.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, shout out to Brian and Heather.
And so, for those of you who don't know who Brian Gelston is, her amazing husband, Brian is tonight is the super sub working with the Mammoths, helping us to what looks to be a 4-0. Well, actually, he's not on the court, but the Mammoths are up 4-0 against the Bruisers.
4-0, yep.
But he is taking over for Kramer Sims tonight. Brian has been a super sub here in the league, and he's involved with the National Pickleball League with the.
He is in the MPL, yes.
Yeah, he's in the MPL playing with the Oklahoma City team, and they are in first place.
Yeah.
And
Oklahoma City Punishers.
The Punishers.
What a name.
Which we would, that seems like that would be like right up your alley, right? Yeah.
That is a team I would definitely be on. Yeah, for sure. I love it. Yeah, he's been playing really well. Playing really well. So
one of the most unusual grips in pickleball. Unusual to be on the other side of. You just talked about Jessica needing to be aggressive. She just got an up ball.
She did, and she put that thing away.
Aggressive dink and
she
got
hit that
rewarded.
thing hard. She hit it harder than a lot of people that I see.
Yeah. So playing with Brian and against Brian is quite a treat because
he's different.
He's different, yeah.
Very different, which I think is unique, and I think unique is good.
Yeah.
Just like me. I feel like I'm a weird guy, and I think it's good. It's good to be weird. Good to be weird. Good to be unique. Don't be normal. Don't be normal. That's my advice. Don't be normal. Normal's so boring. It's just so vanilla.
5-3. Stomp up.
Ooh, interesting
we
little
are
slice there. 1 minute.
We got a minute and about a minute 20 remaining.
Okay. I think the Stomp need a big point here, and they need to hold that serve for sure.
5-3. Second serve. That little soft reset from Andrew.
Oh man, that one's gonna be tough. That one's gonna hurt.
That little soft drop that we saw Andrea just hit. That's something that just 3 months ago was not something she hit a lot in her arsenal.
Wow.
And she is
no love out here.
She is
no
laughing
love.
as she apologizes.
Like Lil Wayne and Drake or Eminem say.
I'm not sure that she really meant that apology.
Like I said, I wouldn't. And it's nothing mean. It's competition, man. We're out here to win. What a rally here. Wow, what a rally there.
And a back.
What a rally.
A one-handed
right
backhand.
What time we got there?
We got about 1 point worth. Maybe 20 seconds tops. 15 to 20 seconds left.
If the Stomp can keep this serve on a 1 and get a point, huge. Wow, that's it right there. That is it.
6-3. My timer says that it's time.
And they're going to get another point off.
I think
Here we go.
One more.
I kind of would love to have just seen them just go into the break with a 1, with the first serve. But hey, that's time right there, and it's going to be 6-3-2.
Second serve, Stomp up 6-3. And we have another 6-3 score on the bronze medal court.
Look at that. Little dyslexic scores going on here.
Yeah, we
love
do.
It.
Mammoths up 6-3 over the Bruisers. Let me make sure we got all of our shout-outs in tonight for everybody.
While you do that shout-out, I'm going to go talk to my team really quick.
Okay.
Just going to go give them a little hug and love. and I'll let you do your shout-outs.
All right,
okay?
very good.
All right, you do your thing.
So Joden Terry, who's not here tonight, part of the Gladiators, a big part of the reason that they're in this finals tonight, wanted to do a shout out to all of his friends in Idaho who are watching. Joden, we miss you. We wish you were here tonight. Want to make sure that we also have a shout out that is happening to Jessica Morgan's sisters. I know that her kids, I think, are here tonight watching play, but her sisters, Amanda and Angela, hopefully are watching and enjoying how incredibly well she is playing in this finals, this women's game here at the end. It was a lot of fun doing the interviews for the players in advance of tonight. Got to know a lot of interesting things about them. But we're here in this final match, and here's something for the viewers to watch for. When I asked Ashley Koo what she thought her best shot was, it's the misdirect forehand volley down the line. So let's see whether or not Ashley's misdirect volley is going to play a role here.
Big side out. Wow.
Heather talked about her lobbing, so we'll see whether or not Heather's lobs come into play here. And then on the ladies' side, in talking to Jessica about her favorite shot, she talked about her dinking and being aggressive with that dinking. And then Andrea, it's all about the drive and whether or not she can generate power in the right situation and use the incredible accuracy she has to generate a winner.
Good lob. That's a really good choice to lob. Man, what a good shot. Wow.
Oh,
What a good get from Andrea, though. I love that.
that was
had
just
it. She was
one.
there.
That was one ball away from them going from advantage to back to 50-50. They were one ball away from getting that
100%.
reset. Yeah,
There's a big side. There's a big. Is that side out or that's a side out? Okay.
it's a side out. So we
Cruising down
got
the street in my 6'4". Let's go.
6-4 first serve by Jessica.
Good step in from Jessica. What a wow. What a rally. What a rally. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not entertained, I don't know what to tell you.
And this is high level backyard pickleball, folks.
This is amazing. Love it. So one thing I want to say from the stop is that I love the defense. The defense is great right now. But there's a point where you got to turn that defense into a little bit of offense. And what I mean by that is when you hit that good shot, you've got to crash. You've got to crash. And if you don't crash, then you're just going to be stuck in the position that they're in right now.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that both of them are on the same page as far as crashing. So
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little bit more. It was a good time to do it. It was a good time not to. But there was times they could have. Well, and then they got very fortunate. 2/3 in the net, and here we are.
Yeah.
6-4-1 again.
So one of the things that I noticed as a GM is having players down south and having players up north was getting them together was sometimes tough.
It's very difficult.
And so trying to figure out how to get players to understand how to work together, because there's a lot of things that, like in this matchup here, Andrea
Oh, that's a big one.
Andrea can create a shake and bake off of either side. And if you're not experienced and practiced in being the baker in the shake and bake, then, that's something you got to work together on to be able to understand that there's a ball going to her backhand that you might be able to crash on that you normally wouldn't with almost any other player. And so you're You're not looking for it. You're not taking the step in. Yes, it's more steps. You're going to burn more steps on the court, looking to always be ready for that. But, oh, nice little run here.
Wow,
9-4.
Year I was born. 94. Good year.
1994?
Good year, yeah.
You're
1894.
You're such a child.
Benjamin Button.
Oh,
there she is,
that.
getting big. I love
Yes.
it. Get big. Get big.
Yes.
Get some, Andrea.
And then
get big.
And then finishes
Love
with
it.
a rolled pedicure on the Tootsies.
Get freaking big. That's what I used to say to guys when I used to play basketball. I'd look at him and I'd be like, you ain't big enough. You get up there and hit that shot, you ain't big enough, bro. You ain't big enough. Get off me. That's what Andrew just did right there.
10-4 second serve. Oh,
Wow, they are getting
little net love.
every little net love you can possibly get. Every net love. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
And look
but it's
how,
okay. The
and-
pressure's on. The
and
pressure's on.
Andrea immediately went to Jessica and said, "Nope, you did the right thing. You attacked the ball that was there and attackable."
Yep. She did the right thing. Just was a miss. It was a
Yep.
miss. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, that's
Whoa, that was close.
yeah.
And the ball's in the net. This is looking like one of those ones right now. I don't know.
We got a barn burner going on the other side.
We do. I see it. It's a close one.
9-9.
Every game is exciting right now.
Yep. So Mammoths 9.
That's the one. That is a shot right there that I just don't want. It's going to be tough if Ashley does that right there.
Yeah.
That high dink like that. All right, 10-4 copy on the one. Let's go. Well, we got a switch. A little bit of a mix-up. I like it from Ashley with the mix-up. Unfortunately, Heather hits it out. If this was a regular game would be over. 11-4.
But there is nothing about the Wednesday night pickleball league that's regular, and that's what makes it so fun.
And there was nothing regular about that play just now from the Stomp. All right. Got an 11-4-2. Here we go. Ball in the net, and here we go. 4-11-1.
I like the idea of her just hitting the right ball, wanting to play that drop, work the math.
Got out call.
Was that
And the ref could not see it, so we're at 5-11-1.
That looked in.
A little bit of a quicker serve, but it's okay. I don't got time to waste. As you can see, Jessica does not want to hit a backhand.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was just about to comment on that interesting inside-out forehand
Very
dink.
Peter Hadako-esque.
Yeah.
There we go. We're kind of looking at some time here. I don't
Yeah.
know. $6-11-1. Oh.
Ashley, great ball, unattackable, and it got attacked.
There we go. 7-11-1.
So-
Get your Slurpee, ladies and gentlemen.
Ashley, I just want to make sure that Ashley's family who's watching at home tonight, her partner Samuel, husband, wonderful man,
Awesome guy, man. What a
is
great
watching
player.
along with their 10-year-old daughter, Noelle, who they're watching from home base back up north, and Ashley wanted them to know that she adores them and enjoy the pickleball tonight.
They have an awesome family, by the way. I remember one time I went over to their house to play some pickleball, and actually, sorry, my wife did, Aya. And I don't know if it was Noelle, but one of the daughters was over here playing the piano at a very young age, very well. And all I can say is that they have some awesome daughters that are going to be very successful people and are very talented individuals. So shout out Noelle. Glad you're watching.
Wow, what an incredible backhand. It was a great change of direction dink to bring Andrea out wide. And
now we're at 12-7.
we just saw a reason why Andrea is going to be so successful, I think, at the next level.
Agreed. And you can't leave that ball up like that.
Yeah.
That return cannot be high. You
Yeah.
just can't. Because Andrea's going to come up and she's going to just crush that thing.
So if there's any of you senior pros out there, I'm talking about you, Mills. I'm talking about you, Mr. Gingrich, Mr. Witskin. If you're looking for another partner in another year, you got to start your scouting now. And
Andrea's one of the ones for
Yeah.
sure. We're gonna possibly hit some overtime here. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we might.
nice dig. Oh,
Hey, what are we at? 13-8? Or
8
8-13, sorry.
8-13. I don't know if I think we're
First
second
serve.
serve or first serve.
Yeah, first serve.
7.
13-7.
Yeah. So I think they had a point scored, and it was a side out.
Wow, nice shot
But
from
Ashley
there.
positioning.
You ask for a ball, you get 15. Getting a little bit of ice over there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Where did Heather come from? I don't even know.
Backhand
That was
stab.
awesome.
Oh!
And
Oh
there
my
we
gosh, we have a
go,
foot.
ladies and gentlemen. We are going into overtime.
Overtime for
And the
Archie.
Bruisers also pull it off. Let's go. I'll be right back.
Well, audience, I don't know how to. I don't know really how to explain what's going on here. Simply, I believe we have a double tiebreaker going on, and so I believe both matches are going to end up. Both teams are going to end up being in overtime, meaning that the gold match is going to be doing a tiebreaker. And the bronze match will be doing a tiebreaker. So I'm going to brush up on my tiebreaker rules. So both teams are 2 games to 2, and the match tiebreaker, we're going to start with whatever the matchup is tonight. So we're going to go mixed team 1. So here's the notes on the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay.
So it's going to basically be mixed team 1, then mixed team 2, then men's, then women's. The start is going to be 0-0-2. It is traditional scoring, and it is first to 5. You're only going to be able to score on a serve. It's a side-out traditional scoring, and just a quick 1-minute break between each team. Each team gets a total of 2 serves when they're on the court.
Starting at 0-0-2, correct?
So every
On the
player
home team.
serves once. Yep.
Yep.
Players are not going to change their position.
Nope.
You can stack and wind, unwind if you want, but that's it.
That's it.
So let me double check
Whew,
with.
it's going to be good. This is going to be good.
This is going to be really good.
I will be right back one more time.
Hey, referee Jeff, do you need referee Jeff? Sorry for the confusion here on this, but we didn't expect to have both matches go tiebreaker at the same time. Hey, Jeff, you have the tiebreaker rules? Hold on just a second, viewers. Be right back. So, match tiebreaker is starting 0-0-2. We're going to go mixed 1, mixed 2. Oh, there we go. Mixed 1, mixed 2.
Reed. Playing good.
So, the start 0-0-2. All 4 players get 2.
All right. I have the mic to myself right now. Just want to say, shout out to the BN Bruisers. Really am proud of that team. And also shout out to the Mammoths. They're putting on a good show over there on the other side. I know we're here right now for Championship Court, but they are really honestly putting on a good show on the other Challenger Court, if you want to call it, for third, so for the bronze. So good to
We have a referee on Court B. We do? You got the...
Yep. So this is something that I'm very familiar with as far as overtime goes, because my team went into overtime every week. It's very intense. Once it gets down to this point, each serve is a little scary, right? Because you can only score on your serve just like regular, but you only get 2 each team, each side. So, and we're starting at 0-0-2, so whoever's the home team, which I believe is the Gladiators, they're the first ones to serve, and then it's going to go to the Stomp for 2, and then back to the Gladiators for 1 more, and then we switch. And we keep going until someone gets to 5, win by 1, first one to 5. So, it's going to be interesting. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of an equipment issue with the bruisers and just had to resolve that real quick. So anyways, we're back. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. The fact that this is coming down to the wire, winner takes all for $2,800 right now, and it comes down to overtime. I promise you it's not rigged. I'm kidding. These guys wanted to win the money, and but here we are putting on a good show for you guys. So it's going to go down for the books. It's going to be starting out, it looks like, with Ashley Koo storming to Andrea Olson at a 0-0-2. So strap in, folks. Here we go. Oh, sorry. I apologize. It's going to be Noah Zerwin serving to Colby Bishop. No nickname for Noah. Mr. Bishop apparently is Colby Bishop's name as far as a nickname. So here we go. Start your engines, gentlemen. Huge for the Stomp. So right here, if the Stomp can get up 2-0, it would really dictate the rest of this matchup. It would
very much so. So we had a little bit, we weren't expecting to have to run 2 at the same time, so we scrambled and got the one and only, the amazing Sean Aldridge to step in and do a quick ref action for the tiebreaker on our Mammoths versus...
Appreciate Mr. Ulrich. That was awesome. Nice of him.
That's some really good play by Colby, working his way up. Wow, huge.
We are at 1-0. 1-0. You can hear a pin drop.
Oh, she had what she wanted.
No, and they are down right now, 2-0. One more serve, Ashley Koo. If the Stomp can get this right now, this is a huge one for them. Wow. And Andrea Olson gets the bounce of a lifetime. You could hear that around Ravensdale, Washington, folks. That was insane.
The bounce changed that
heard
angle
around the world
so radically. It turned the ball into a...
If the Stomp can pull this off, that shot's going to come down.
Yeah.
And we're going to remember that one for a long time.
Yeah. Tyler serving, 0-2 first.
Big out. And at the end of the day, though, it doesn't really matter right here for the Stomp. They're down 2-1, yeah, or they're up 2-1, but it was apparently good. Wow. Okay. Oh, big freaking miss there. Oh, apparently it is 2-1. Okay, I'm confused a little bit with the scoreboard right now. Looks like Mammoths are up 1-0 on the other side. Big miss there from the Stomp, so it's 3-1 Stomp.
3-1 Stomp.
The Gladiators really need this point. Oh, man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. And we're coming off the court, and it looks like it's going to be men's. Men's are up now.
Yep, men's are up now.
Men's serving first. It looks like it's going to be Noah serving first. 3-1 or 1-3. Wow, this is tough.
Jessica got away with one there. That last one, you can just tell she's...
Good block. Wow.
What a get.
Wow.
Wow.
Score is 2-3. Jordan. Sorry, excuse me, 3-2 on the Stomp.
So this
The Stomp can end this right now, 2 in a row.
they can.
See what happens. Oh boy, Edward. This is a $2,800 point possibly. This is possibly a $2,800 point.
This would be really,
Strap in, folks.
yeah,
Here we go.
for this to come down to a tiebreaker after a 2-2 match. Nice get.
Wow! And I think right there, that is what I want to just call ambitious.
Yeah.
I think Colby saw $28 and he got blinded just a tad, and I don't blame him. I do not blame him.
But that was, he played
played
such
him-
a brilliant shot to
did.
get himself back to the line.
He really did.
Oh,
And that
So-
right there set them up for. It's going to be tough to come back from this.
that was, I'm going to do a little nod to Noah here because Colby just hit a Jamie Moyer on him. That was such a great
He did.
change-up.
Jamie Moyer, I love it.
Yeah.
72-mile-an-hour fastball coming in hot.
And that was one of Noah's favorite pro athletes is Jamie Moyer.
Love it. The irony. Wow.
Such incredible sportsmanship.
That is some sportsmanship. I will give Heather a hug after this round for that, no
That's
matter
the
what the result is.
That's the second time she's
Wow.
just been so good.
That is really, wow. Here we go. One more chance at $2,800 right here, baby.
4-2, second serve, match point.
Oh! And it's all over, folks. The Seattle Stomp are your WNPBR 2023 pickleball champions here at the ranch. The final score in overtime, 5-2. Middle solves the riddle. Here we are.
A dead dink winner.
A dead dink winner, Edward. Wow. Unbelievable. Nothing else to say at this point other than the Seattle Stomp have pulled off a huge comeback, down 2-0. Unbelievable.
So we have another match going on the other side here.
We do have one more match.
We
on
got the
other
Mammoth
side.
serving for match point, 4-2. And that has just been resolved.
And
The
it
match.
looks like the Mammoths are going to win on the other side.
other
Good
side.
job, Edward. Thank you. Good job. Well done on a good season.
That was, wow, what an incredible finale.
Wow.
Both sides.
What a season. What a season. Unbelievable.
I think that means that you guys going in tonight were 3-2, right? You took you came in 3-1.
I think both of us are 3-2.
Yeah,
right?
3-2.
Yes.
So we both took the loss last week in the semis, and so you guys ended up the season with
3-3.
3-3. We ended up 4-2.
4-2.
We've got
4-1 and 4-1.
5-1 and 5-1, right?
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. 5-1, 5-1. You're
But-
correct. Right.
The difference was all here with. So I guess at the beginning of the broadcast tonight we said what was going to be the difference maker. Andrea Olson.
I think Andrea
And we
honestly
talked
came
about
out.
Jessica. Could Jessica play the role after that tough first game? And she came back, played incredible in the tiebreaker, dead dink winner to win it all.
Honestly, incredible.
Yeah.
I think Jessica should be very proud of herself for the season she just had. I mean, the Seattle Stomp in general, but I feel like Jessica really stepped up to the plate, and she did an amazing job. So good for
Fantastic.
Jessica.
What
Good
an
for
incredible
Jessica.
first season.
And good for the Seattle Stomp.
Let us know when you're ready, Commissioner. I think we're going to toss it to
Our champs.
our champs, the Seattle Stomp. Go ahead and take it away.
Congrats. Awesome.
I am with your
I'm going to go celebrate.
2023 WNPBR champs, the Seattle Stomp. Right there? Okay. Let's get the GMs over here. Frank, you look good. You look really good, man.
What a battle.
Tell us about this team.
Oh, they are so gritty. I mean, when we were down 0-2 in this match and we needed to win, oh my God, it was unbelievable. These guys, it was gut check time, and they did. They came through right when they needed to. And that last shot by Jessica, oh my God, the drop right down the middle that shook the world. Here we go.
Jessica, get up here. We need to go over how you feel right now after the Goose Alley finish for the championship.
I was so relieved. I was so confused.
Lights out all year long. Congratulations. Let's talk to the men's team. Come here, men's team.
Let's go.
Devin wants to deep throat this microphone, so I'm going to let him do it. You guys played lights out, very competitive. What did it take?
I just, like Frank said, a little determination, a little luck, Things started to swing our way, and we stayed confident, and it happened. Yeah.
Great job. Congratulations, Colby. Played awesome today, man.
You as well. That was a really tough men's game. It was almost so close to being done. So
Too soon. Let's not talk about that.
that was really fun to pull off the whole match, and started with men's.
So one person saw this in particular. Marianne, can you come over here and tell me about your vision right after the draft?
Well, I knew we had a winning team. I said it all along. I said, we're going to win this whole thing. And we did, because we're unstoppable.
You're unstoppable. Party at the casino. You guys, congratulations. It was fun to watch you all year long. Proud of you guys for the Stomp. So great job. Sean has one more thing.
Are we still on? Okay. Yep. So all the GMs got together, and we all wanted to thank Michael and Tyler for all of your hard work and everything that you've done. For you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Michael. It's from all the GMs, and also Mitchell. Thank you very much, and Marcia. Tyler. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you guys have done.
Ignore that. That's not right. It's 28.
So we talked about the casino. We're going to give this to Frank to disperse to this team here. Take those winnings. Keep an eye on him. Frank was also the last to pay, so keep an eye on him. Congratulations, Seattle. Great season. It was fun to watch. A way to finish strong. Great job. We're doing a send-off?
Send it back to them.
I think they're eating some pizza.
Okay, they're gone. I guess that's it.
Hey, you know what? There's a couple people to thank.
Yep.
The entire Winnie family. Mitch was an absolute trooper. It was hot some days. He got here early, set everything up. Marcia running TVs. Michael getting home early from work, getting all this set up. You know what I forgot to mention is Shelly for doing awesome graphic design. Shelly, Lenny, we love you guys. 4 months ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Commissioner, it would not have happened without this man.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're dangerous when we grab beers at Druid's Glen.
That's right.
Shout out to Druid's Glen.
Shout out to his friends. Thank you for all our gold sponsors, silver sponsors. Couldn't have done it without you guys too, and bronze sponsors.
Yeah.
So well done, everybody. Team sponsors, the whole bit. There's a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of man hours into this, and you were instrumental.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As you were. And thanks to all the sponsors and all the viewers that watched us and tuned in every week.
Yeah.
We're going to sign off for the end of summer. WNPBR, your champs, the Seattle Stomp. Gladiators, sorry I let you down, second place. And the third place winners were
The Mammoths.
the Cedro Woolly Mammoths. Over and out. We'll catch you at the ranch soon.
Oh,